What's going on? I am Nando.
And I'm TJ.
Hey, what's up, dicks? I'm Diggins.
And this is mostly Nitpicking, a podcast where every week we pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the details. Woohoo!
This isn't a bit. I'm actually just this tired. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, DJ, your Pete Davidson impression was pretty good.
Thank you.
Sometimes he's got pretty low energy, and
Almost like well, I shouldn't say.
Almost. We'll see. Yeah,
But
yeah.
Almost like that thing that may happen happened.
I want to say that for the first 5 minutes of this movie, because I didn't look up anything about it before I started watching it, I was like, God, who's this low-rent Pete Davidson impression that they hired for this? And I looked it up, and I was like, oh. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll talk about which, like, because it's like funny because he like talks like this a lot. Because I'm like the only thing I remember he did recently was he was in Dogman. That's like the only thing.
I mean, he keeps doing those like little autobiographical things, right? He was on that show. He had that show Bupkis, on Peacock that was kind of autobiographical. Then King of Staten Island, also kind of autobiographical. I've heard people like King of Staten Island. I've never seen it, but we'll talk about it maybe. But we're definitely. Now I'm thinking about it. Does this movie take place in Staten Island?
He wears a T-shirt that has the Staten Island Pizza Rats.
That's
I don't
right.
know
Yeah.
if that's like, is that an actual team?
I mean, you'd have to assume he hasn't moved around a lot. So wherever
it is the baseball team.
It's like a minor league.
Yeah.
No, it's the Major League Staten Island team.
The Major League Staten Island. Yeah.
Is this a Savannah Banana situation?
Mm-hmm. Well, they love to name them silly names now, as even outside of the Savannah Banana situation. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised because there's like the Staten Island Yankees. I wouldn't be surprised if they just fully changed it to Pizza Rats.
This was the Staten Island Yankees.
There you go. Yeah. So good for them.
Incredible.
And so between, baseball season is baseball season almost over? What's happening, DJ?
It is. We got like 2 weeks left in the regular season, and then
how are the regular Yankees doing?
The regular Yankees, I get to talk about sports. This is so fun, and I get to curse my team. Also fun. The bats are good, but the bullpen is so worrisome. And for example, people get to know exactly when we're recording. They're playing the Twins right now. They're up 10-1. So it's like, yeah, that the Yankees will do that. Like Aaron Judge will hit like 2 home runs or whatever. Like they'll go score so many runs, but late in the game, when they needed their closing pitchers to close, it's not good. So they're going to make the playoffs. It's just like, how far do they go? I don't see them making the World Series like they did last year, just because in the postseason, you need a competent bullpen, and they don't really have it. So, just real quick, while I'm talking about sports, hi, everyone. I know it's been a minute. I talked about that stupid Dolphins documentary last time I wrecked it. They haven't made another episode. Yeah. There's just Under the Sun, episode 1. That'll be it. It'll be one and only episode. If only one thing ever comes out, do you name it episode 1?
No. Well, I mean, you do if you're trying to trick people or something, or like see if it becomes a thing. Do you think it's just because they lost both weeks that they're like, we probably shouldn't videotape this anymore?
We can't. Yeah. There's only so much propaganda. So, yeah, I just think it's funny that there will ever only be one episode of Under the Sun, the Miami Dolphins.
Maybe it's going to be like at the start of every season. So next year there will be an episode.
That's true.
Episode 2. My God, how confusing, but okay.
That'd be rough, but kind of cool.
All right, I'll let you guys know next year.
Yeah, that's why it's weird to me when like some shows have seasons. And it's like, what 60 Minutes have seasons? Like Jeopardy has seasons. Yeah, it's like, no, you don't. You just keep going. You take breaks. That's fine. But it doesn't go anywhere. It just keeps going. So
does Anderson Cooper 360 have seasons?
Probably, but they should be on season 1.
Technically, everything has a season because that's how it's like commissioned.
No, but like that's not the spirit of seasons. Like we know what Nando's talking about when he's like, "Oh yeah, there were."
Yeah, I think Nando's right, but I'm just saying technically back end style, everything has seasons.
Your pedantry has been noted, sir.
With Jeopardy, at least Jeopardy does sometimes, or at least used to. I don't know if it still does this. Like build to a tournament of champions at the end. like they almost do have an arc, whereas like I can't imagine, 60 Minutes or like other news shows have arcs, but they all have seasons.
Yeah,
it's weird. Speaking of seasons and television, the Emmys were the other day, 2 days ago for us. Do either guys watch them?
No.
Yeah, me neither. It's not a good award show. Even though Nate Bargatze was hosting and he's usually pretty funny, but
did
you guys see his bits?
No. Did he do George Washington again?
Can I explain his bits? Pretty funny. Okay, so
please.
It's a bunch of guys, right? This is how they open the show.
Right.
It's a bunch of guys sitting around inventing the television. And then they're like, this is going to be an amazing invention. What are we going to use it for? And then Nate Bargatze comes out and puts his foot on like chair and is like, I think we'll use it to invent many great things. And then for about maybe like 6 minutes. By the way, the guys are Mikey Day, Bowen Yang, and the guy who just Trump on SNL. Okay. He talks about historical things and then takes a turn into some sort of stupid thing and frames it as a historically important thing. So yeah, it was pretty good. And people liked it, I guess. People liked it more than his other bit. Did you hear about his other bit?
No.
Oh, really? Okay. So this is kind of funny. I remember hearing him talk about this the day before, and I was like, I don't know if that's going to play, but I kind of trusted him on it. He did a thing where he was like, and I get it, this is the way he framed it is like, these award shows always go over. The hosts always told to make the award show shorter. We don't really have much power over that, but they always tell us to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to donate $100,000 to the Boys and Girls Club at the end of the show. But for every second the speeches are over, I'm going to take $1,000 away from that donation. So I will be like, and if you're less, then you can add to it. But mostly it's like it's a penalty. And I think as a bit, fine, if you check in on every so often. But during the speeches, there was a like counter on the bottom of the screen of the money as it was going, and it didn't work. Although I do think the speeches are usually pretty stupid, so I'm with him on like we don't really need to do them. Like he in his bit, he said like, do a short speech and then go on your Instagram or TikTok and do a speech. Way more people will see it. That's where people watch these things anyway. So point. Why bother doing it here? Like, and then I kind of see it, but
that's pretty good.
But yeah, it was weird. It didn't play. They ended up going into negative money. And obviously at the end, he just donated the money anyway, because that was the conclusion of the bit. But it didn't really work.
I think it was the Tonys. So talking about an award show, 3 people at most watch. But correct me if it was a different one. But I think it was. And it was either one of the Ariana DeBose ones or the one that Cynthia Erivo just did. But it's like, if you go over, my voice will just start I think it was. And it was like Cynthia Erivo, like, it's like, it's time to leave the stage.
Oh, I did not see this.
I think it was the most recent Tonys with Cynthia Erivo. It was horrible. They have to stop with these bits. Like, the only one I'll accept is if you go over. Okay, here's my pitch. I'm going to fix all award shows.
Yeah, well, let's fix it.
Hey, let's not, Diggins, don't get ahead of me. If you
snipers placed off stage
for every careful, please be careful. It's a sensitive time. Okay, we're here to heal America.
I'm talking about a silly joke about people on an award show stage. I don't know what you could be referencing.
That's a great point. If you go over, second one you go over, there's a man standing behind you. He's dressed nice. The spotlight goes on him, and he's holding a baseball bat. And every second that he gets closer, like you go over, he gets close to you. Once you hit a minute, he starts beating you with the baseball bat. We have proven as a society, we are into violence. The most popular thing that happened in the Oscars in recent history was the slap. We're going to have a UFC fight on the White House lawn next year. Let's just give the people what they want.
It's amazing that the slap won all those awards when it was a TV series and not a movie.
I mean, that's how good it was. And that's the thing with these award shows. When something's really good, they just decide, they pretend it's a comedy instead of a drama or whatever, because they just want to give awards to things that they think are important. But I think this is a great idea.
Yeah,
My only problem with this plan is like if this were to say happen at the Oscars, what would we do in a situation where, God help us, Dwayne Johnson wins an Oscar this year for Smashing Machine? He is bigger than the Bat guy. I don't think he can be stopped by one bat.
This maybe should scale because now and then think about it, this is so problematic. But like, I'm not suggesting we like beat up Demi Moore with a bat, but like also.
But you're not suggesting it.
There are different kinds of bats. There are wooden bats. There are metal bats. There are torpedo bats. There are batons. There are like T-ball bats, right? So maybe it's on a BMI or weight scale, maybe a height thing. But like for Dwayne Johnson, we bring out Aaron Judge with a torpedo bat. For Demi Moore, it's like some lady, some PA with like a little wiffle ball bat that we're kind of just like poking Demi Moore with.
What are you trying to say about ladies?
I think Demi Moore can get a full bat, like a real. It could be like, but she was G.I. Jane, like she's a tough lady.
Fine. Let me make
all those pull-ups.
Let me make this more fair. Timothy Chalamet's out there. We're not hitting him with a wooden baseball bat. He gets like a little. Right, yeah. He gets like a wiffle ball or a t-ball bat. Okay, so but that's scale. The scale goes Dwayne Johnson torpedo bat, Timothy Chalamet wiffle ball bat, and then that's the scale, and then you figure it out based on those bounds. I think it's pretty fair.
I think it's insane, but I think it could be cool.
I think
could you raffle off who gets to be the guy?
Oh my God.
So like you get to be the Timothy Chalamet intimidator if you, I don't know, donate money or whatever.
I think because, we may soon be in full Running Man. Maybe when we do a Running Man, that's the reward, right? Is that you get to be the bat person.
It's not even money anymore. It's just you get to be the bat person at the Oscars.
You get to beat up a celebrity. That's like pretty enticing. Like legally, you get to legally beat up a celebrity. And then it's the you can hit clause. But then as soon as they're done with the speech, you have to stop. So it's the they can hit. Now, once you've gone over, they can hit.
Here's a question, DJ. Do their cries of pain count as part of the speech?
Ooh. It depends if like they're talking through enough. Like I would think, oh my God, I just want to thank my producers. Oh my God.
I feel like the speech has an end usually. So if it's anything but the end of the speech, then that doesn't. They're still speaking.
Yeah.
Which might be a problem, but I do think eventually the bat people will get tired too. I like your idea. I'm going to kind of tweak it.
Okay.
Everybody nominated for an award gets a paintball gun. The people on stage, whoever wins, gets to do their speech, but then after that amount of time, the 4 losers get to shoot at them. And whoever, if you hit them with the paintball gun, there's something you can hit someone with, then they're no, I don't know. How do you do it? You throw them into like you'd want a harness system or something so you could fly them away.
Or a trapdoor.
Trapdoors.
If you hit them with them with the paintball gun, you won the award now.
Yeah.
It's not that many.
That's clutch.
Yeah.
And it's fun because everyone gets different color paint. So once you see that splatter, it's like, oh, purple. Oh my gosh. It actually does go to, Dwayne or like whoever, so.
Yeah. And generally these are, kind of pointless. How can you determine who's the best actor in any one year between, but it's not The Rock, but it's everybody else but him.
They wore the most really obvious prosthetics.
Yeah. They did the best job acting like the singer usually did when they were alive. But the way to do that was because you just have the person win, and then they lose the award, and the next guy wins, and you're like, yeah, he could have won too. Now I didn't hate the Bruce Springsteen movie; he was fine. And then you just keep going and keep going. There would be something to. If you're that second guy, then you just probably don't do a speech. You take it and be good. But there's also something to being that last guy and just being like, I know they'll all do speeches. All I'll have to do is land one good paintball shot, and then I'll be the only one left.
And I got as long speeches I want because there's no one left.
Yeah,
I would be okay with that. I would actually be okay with that. Yeah.
Would this be? Are there any stars who this would be beneficial to or something?
Well,
like who?
Bradley Cooper.
Sydney Sweeney shoots guns and she loves guns now or something.
Yep.
So
she loves guns and Barron Trump, who she's going to form a new political dynasty with.
Their genes will flow forever. Bradley Cooper, right? He was American Sniper.
Right? American Sniper, for sure.
Probably Sean Penn. I believe that he's probably still
he
got
does
it.
weird shit. Where
Did he
like
go to
goes and
Ukraine when the war broke out? Okay.
Did he also like go investigate El Chapo or something?
Probably. So
he does weird stuff.
I
mean,
think
also
Sean
he's
Penn
like a
is set,
or something. But also that, you know, there's a lot of fun stuff. And then do we think if there are any celebrities who would be worse at it? Who would be who do you trust to like I mean, there's older guys, right? Like, you know,
what, like
I don't know,
De Niro?
Ian McKellen or something. Yeah, like one of them. Are they like at a disadvantage now? But it's like, hey, you should have got it when you were younger, when you had a good trigger finger before the you know.
Someone's just gonna do the shoot and spray, right?
Yeah, I think you only get like 2 or 3 bullets, or like ping pong or pellets.
Well, we have to give them like the paintball like handgun then.
Yeah,
because the normal one, it's like that thing has it sprays so many, you know, so quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and honestly, I think at this time in America, it might be good for Hollywood to embrace some gun culture.
That's true.
Might win some of them over. Like,
you think they'll avoid getting, you know, put on the squad lists?
I'm just saying. Look, if we arm Hollywood's elite to the teeth, I think one or two things happen. They may be accepted into the new culture, or everyone will be so scared. It'll be like that BoJack episode where like all the women were signing up for guns, and it's like, we need stricter gun laws. We can't have these women running around. We can't have these Hollywood elites running around with guns. It's not safe. So, yeah.
It's true. I think it's a great idea to give all the Hollywood celebrities at least paintball guns, maybe laser tag guns or something.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Remember laser tag?
Laser tag is never as exciting as you want it to be.
No, it really isn't.
Airsoft though, airsoft's actually pretty fun.
Sure, those are cool.
You ever done it?
You know, I don't think I have.
Okay.
But I know it exists.
Yeah,
and it seems cool.
Barely hurts.
But yeah, I think this would fix the awards. If it was a competition the night of as well.
Yes.
Ooh,
yes.
You know what else would be cool? Okay. This is actually what it is. You can steal it there if there's a time period between. So like, basically, I want to incentivize the actors who lost the award to use their acting powers to try to steal the award from the other actors. Because if you're the best actor, you should be able to see through all the other actors. But otherwise, like, I want a moment basically where, like, you know, Dwayne Johnson gets his Oscar. I keep saying it. It's going to happen though. And, you know, a nice old stagehand with a big mustache and a big crazy with the hair. Like, oh, we hold that, sir. And then he takes it, and then it's Leo, and he rips his head off and then runs away, and he's got it now. You know,
but
like,
that's barely acting. You're just talking about Bugs Bunny trickery.
Yeah, I think he's the best actor.
You're saying Bugs Bunny's not one of our great actors?
Yeah,
he does have a Hollywood star. Yeah,
he does. He was in 2 Space Jam movies.
I just feel like, you know, like, I thought I was gonna say Leo has to go up there and like act his way to like convince Dwayne to give him the Oscar, right? Not like to like confuse it. Like, this is more confusion and like shell gamery, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I like this though, because then from that point, for like the rest, let's say it ends at like midnight that night, Hollywood time is when it's set in stone who won. Just like for the rest of the night, everyone who won. Anytime someone's like, oh, such a cool award, can I see it? You have to be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are you one of my rivals in a costume?
Mm-hmm.
You know what this reminds me of? It's a shame they don't have it. I actually think WWE was too early with this one. So they used to have the 24/7 championship, which was a championship that could be competed for at any time. So it's supposed to be like a big play into like social media. And I think if they had done it now, it'd be more successful with the proliferation of like, you know, TikTok and like, you know, video, social content. But they did it at a time where like we weren't really there with like short form content, like Instagram Reels and TikToks and all that stuff. But yeah, it was fun. You'd like look on your phone and be like, oh wow, so and so just won the 24/7 championship. Because it could happen anywhere, 24/7. So anyway,
Anyway, well, now they're going to Saudi Arabia. Isn't that fun? See that, DJ? WrestleMania.
Sir, they've been. Oh, you mean Mania? Yeah.
Yeah, WrestleMania is going to Saudi Arabia.
Listen, I've never gotten to talk about more sports in one episode, but I watched the Canelo Crawford fight over the weekend. It was a great fight. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's Riyadh season. And in Riyadh season, I don't think there's a cooler place you could go than Saudi Arabia. They got great food. They got rides, apparently, like go-karting. Like the commercials they show for Riyadh season, whatever that is in Saudi Arabia, look amazing. Like I'm ready to go. So I think it's cool. The king seems like, or the prince, whatever, seems cool. The guy that got the propaganda ministry guy. He's like the Joseph Goebbels. You know, he's great.
Is he not like the Mohammed bin Salman, or is that a different guy?
No, this is like a different guy. He's the one who like set up the fight, right? He's like doing all the wrestling stuff. He's like their like propaganda minister guy. So I think so
it's not Mohammed Bonsa Salman.
No. This is I can look up who this guy is who put it together. But I think they're cool.
Did this guy set up that comedy show that's also in Saudi Arabia?
Probably.
Yeah. Apparently, Tom Brady's going to play football again as part of Riyadh season.
They're doing flag football.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What do you think the name of the city is, Nando?
I love it.
Oh, I didn't know if it was a city or I wasn't sure if it was a city or just like a thing. Well, Riyadh.
It is the capital, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Please don't make me say this gentleman's name.
Well, now I have to.
Who cares? I'm going to put it in chat, but I'm also going to say it. I won't deprive the people. Turkey Al-Sheikh. Do we think that's right? Yeah.
That seems close enough to right to me that I'm not going to make fun of you.
Well, I think that Mr. Al-Sheikh, I'm just going to call him Turkey. I think Turkey did a great job. He's let's go to Saudi Arabia. Let's do a podcast. Do you think the Saudis would give us money to do a podcast as part of Riyadh season?
You know, it seems like
to it.
Yeah, maybe as long as I don't listen to that part where I called MBS Bonesaw.
Maybe that would be part of it. Is he'd be like, "Oh, it's I'm cool with it. I'm pretty cool, just like you kids, huh?" And then like that kind of thing, and then we would launder his image. So it depends on the money, I guess. I'm assuming that the WWE has a pretty good contract, so ours has to be at least as good as theirs. I think we need about as much money as they're getting, but we'll never say never.
I'm not saying I'd turn it down.
Yeah, as long as it's $1 billion, whatever. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Just if you see us next episode and like we put out like a behind the scenes video when we're all wearing big fur coats and like expensive sunglasses and we're like, wow, Saudi Arabia, what an incredible country. It's so beautiful there. Then you know what happened.
It would be an amazing for a podcast where we had that one sponsorship that one time because we decided to do it. Shout out to Beard Brand. They're still out there. So this is totally free. Go get your Beard Brand products. It would be amazing if next episode you all listen to. Welcome to Mostly Nitpicking, brought to you by Riyadh Season. Let us tell you about this year's Riyadh Season. It is incredible.
I don't even think I would go to Saudi Arabia if they gave me tickets. I'd probably be like, I don't want to. I don't know.
It wouldn't be fun. I'd go for free.
I don't think I would. No.
There's go-karting and good food. That's all I need to know.
Wait, don't they not have alcohol there and stuff too?
Oh, that's not in the commercials, sir.
I would assume not.
I imagine as a tourist, you can go places that serve alcohol.
Yeah.
As one of their premier podcasters, I'm sure we can get some sort of special treatment.
Oh, right here. This was back in February of 2024. Saudi Arabia takes first steps towards relaxing alcohol laws. So there you go.
Pretty good.
Only in Riyadh. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
We could go there and turn on Netflix and watch some episodes of that Hassan Minaj show. Not all, but some.
Only some of them.
Only some. Most, but not all.
Jesus Christ.
We could do all that cool stuff. Well, listen. Speaking of not wanting to go places, for reasons that, maybe they're kind of similar a little bit. we're gonna talk about a movie that everyone's talking about.
Everybody.
And people are saying it's the new War of the Worlds 2025. I mean, like, not really, but also I could see it.
I wouldn't go that far.
I can never tell what's gonna be viral and like especially viral bad. Like if one or two TikToks from this movie really hit the airwaves, I could see it because they're pretty weird, and they'd get you going. Well, I got to check this out. I don't know if it'd be enough to like get it on everybody's radar, but I don't know. I think it's pretty significant. We're talking about a movie that came out. Wait, when did we decide this came out? Did it get released at all, or was it
3 months ago? I think right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it did get a theatrical release. This is just a VOD that like situation. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna talk about a movie called The Home.
The Home. Yeah. Not just Home. The Home.
Not just Home. I remember saw Home is like one with like aliens, right? Like cartoon aliens or something.
Oh yeah.
Rihanna was in it, if I remember correctly. So she's not in this.
I forgot that even came out.
Same.
Yeah. But this is even better. Well, I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to talk about The Home. Who's in charge of the IMDb this week?
Well, it's been 8 years since we've recorded, so there's
It's me. I won last time because I called the Baron in Lupin the Third evil.
That's right.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So I'm in charge of the if you are a new listener to this podcast, we like to play a little game here called the IMDb, B as in spelling bee, where my two esteemed co-hosts have to try to guess what the IMDb summary for this movie is. Now you might be asking yourself, where does IMDb get those summaries? Well, I will tell you. Every time somebody dies, and you get brought to the morgue, to have all the stuff done to you before they like not taxidermy. What is it called? Preserve your body.
Honestly,
embalm.
Okay.
Mummify.
Might as well be taxidermy as far as I'm concerned.
Mummy's alive.
Mm-hmm.
They make a little cut in like the base of your spine, and they pull out your butt ball.
Oh my god!
What?
Now you might be asking yourself, what's your butt ball? It's a little ball right above your butt that contains all of your wisdom and knowledge.
Oh,
a lot of people don't know that. So all the morgues across the country take people's butt balls after they die, and they ship them off in a big like dry ice package to IMDb.com headquarters, where the CEO, John IMDb, takes those butt balls and grinds them into a paste, into a kind of like smoothie that he then hands out at employee lunches. So then all the employees, empowered with the wisdom of everyone who's died, are smart enough to write summaries for movies.
Insane.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Do they know
That's
they're drinking
exciting.
butt ball juice?
No, this is a big secret.
Oof.
Oh.
That's
Well,
rough
good for them. As long as you don't know, it can't hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say.
That's the rule.
So up until right now, they were doing great. But now if they have to, face that knowledge,
Well,
they may be in some trouble.
If any employees of IMDb.com listen to this podcast, at least.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I think by now one of them should. It's pretty interesting to hear about all the stuff that they did.
Yeah, that's true.
When you want to know.
Yeah. But anyway, I have that butt ball fueled summary for The Home in front of me, and it's like not great, but also an old friend returns.
Who?
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you more than that, but an old friend returns for this one.
DJ, as last week's loser, I decide that you go first because I got to figure out what that means. I need some time for that.
Old friend returns. Okay. All right. Any? Is it short? Is it long? Is it
It's short. It's only one sentence.
Okay. Max, a down on his luck. Let me start over now. A troubled youth. He's not a youth though, but he kind of is. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Having to turn his life around, young Max must work at an old folks' home where he learns of a terrible secret that he must overcome.
Okay.
I'm gonna say because I like a lot of that, but a little differently. But I'm going to start it the way that all summaries should start. Follows Max, a delinquent who is sentenced by to be a handyman at a retirement community, but as he spends time with the seniors, it turns out there may be things that this home may have secrets.
Can I interrupt real quick? I don't know anything. Diggins, I don't know where your head's at. I would like to propose, if this fucking summary is follows Max, Nando wins.
Well,
I don't care about any of the other stuff. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
if I had it, okay.
I have great news for you.
Okay.
Because it is follows Max, so Nando wins.
Hey, look at that.
Oh my god! Were you gonna anyway say Nando wins because he said follows Max?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
That is what I meant, as Nando figured out by An Old Friend Returns.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What is IMDb doing?
What is AIMDb doing?
Both of you erred in thinking that this summary believes we need more info on Max than that.
Just follows Max.
Yep.
He's worth following.
Max.
So it's the summary as given is follows Max, who realizes that the residents and caretakers in the retirement home he started working at hide sinister secrets.
Okay.
Like I said, it's fine, but old friend.
I don't even know who us won beyond the merits of follows Max. Jesus
Pretty
Christ.
Bizarre.
This is the happy.
I was keeping some track to be like, if DJ totally blew it out of the water otherwise, but like your main things where you said retirement home and like secrets, and Nando said retirement community and also said secrets, so I was like,
I'm mad at myself for not even trying, because it's like an old friend. I'm like, maybe I'll just stumble into it. To be fair, I never would have gotten there. This is the happiest I've ever lost. That's crazy. Holy shit.
I'm so happy.
You're just so glad that follows Max is here.
And that Nando got it, right? That
man.
I would have been pretty disappointed if neither of you got it.
That follows Max. Wow.
Max does get followed in this.
I would say this movie follows Max more than Inside Out 2 follows Riley.
For sure.
I would agree.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's good. I think they did a good job.
Well, Nando, as our winner, I'm not sure how we're doing things right now.
We are the same. Right. This is all the same.
I mean, definitely this part, right? So now I just get to say what I thought of this movie.
Yeah, this is all the same.
Yeah. So I watched this movie when it came out on VOD because I saw a review of it that said, from a while ago, back when it came out in theaters, there's someone that said it's got the worst twist any movie they've ever seen. So I was like, I gotta figure out what this is. And I think overall it's not good. It's very bad. And it's not scary. The twist is really weird. The whole movie's pretty weird. But I have to say, coming out of it, I'm surprised I kind of like Pete Davidson in it. That was my big takeaway, was overall I found him quite watchable. And it's with another actor, a lesser actor, or a more traditional actor, I may have been bored by it, but because of his strange reactions to stuff, it was kind of fun. A bunch of the other actors are in it, and they're weird. Some of them are weirder than others, and I don't want to go into too much detail about specifics. I don't think this is particularly scary, obviously. I also don't think it's particularly gory, except for like one or two things that it really goes all in on. But like, I think most people can watch this movie and just, kind of don't look at the screen during the parts you don't want to look at the screen on. And you won't have any problems because it's not too scary or too gory. It is kind of gross at points, but not in the way that you would expect. It just does things that I've never seen done in a movie before, so I was pretty impressed. And I don't know. I kind of loved it.
Most movies would care about making things matter at all.
Yeah.
So they would never do this.
Like, I do think, I doubt I will forget the end of this movie for the rest of my life. Like that this will just be with me forever. And it's because it's insane. And I'd love, you know what else I love about this movie? It's not good, but it's going for something, and it doesn't do that well, but it's pretty funny. It's cute to watch it go and like make its little points. And, that's kind of fun. It's like one of those horror. It's like when you'd be surprised. It's been written and directed by the person who made all those Purge movies. And I do think it feels like those. How like every so often they'll be like, "What if the Purge was a politics metaphor?" And but you just want to do Purge. This is that, but for other things. And yeah, it's fun. So I don't know. I didn't like it, but I had fun with it. DJ, what about you? What did you think of the Home 2025?
Yeah, I'm so torn because like it is like a quote unquote horror movie, but it's not scary. There is some squeamishy parts, which like Nando, I don't want to say too much, but I would say Nando had the courtesy when he texted Diggins and I to like forewarn us. And I was glad of it because like that, again, I don't want to say what the thing is, but like there's like, does the dog die, to let you know going into a movie.
DJ, the thing you're trying not to say is in the poster, so
that's
I feel
true.
Like you could say it.
I was surprised by that too.
So
it's a huge part of the advertising for this movie.
Okay,
considering how much of a surprise it is, and B, how much it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's
that
fair.
It's this specifically. Yeah. But
all right. So there's like weird like eye stuff, and so it's really bad at the end. But like, yeah, it's like doesthedogdie.com. Like maybe there should be isthereweirdeyestuff.com. And I know doesthedogdie.com covers a lot of like triggers, but like this one, man, the eye stuff. I should look up. Like maybe I could add like
I guarantee it's in there. It has to be.
Oh, I'm sure.
On doesthedogdie.com. Yeah. The only thing is like, would someone have like actually uploaded anything about this movie is the only question. And
maybe Pete Davidson did it.
Maybe we'll have to be the brave souls.
Well, I have to let you know. All right, so here's the yes. Can I tell you the yeses? And these are. Oh, I won't give away the spoiler. Well, I guess these are all spoilery. Oh, here we go. Like, does someone use drugs? Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
In a Pete Davidson movie?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Well, okay. So is there body horror? And then it says all the things to include the eye stuff.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
Are any teeth damaged? Does someone become unconscious? Oh, yeah. So, anyway. Is there audio gore? Wow.
What, like the sounds of gore?
Bones breaking, guts squishing, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I can see why people would be upset with that. I would assume that would come with just gore. But
yeah, does someone spit? Yeah. So
does someone spit?
They say drooling under that, which I guess is different.
I don't think that's the same. Yeah. Listen, if that guy drooled on that other quarterback, I think it would have been a little different of a week, if you ask me. Spitting counts. It makes a difference.
All right. Well, anyway. Yeah.
Anyway,
that's your opinion of the movie.
Nando loved
what do you think
of the
movie?
Sorry, me. Oh, right.
Yeah.
It was on me. Right. So, yes, not exactly scary. Nando was courteous in texting us. What did I think of the movie? Like it's bad. I think we need to like put that at the forefront. It is not War of the Worlds, and it doesn't approach War of the Worlds. So it's not that bad. And I do agree, Nando. Pete Davidson's doing something here. Like, because, like, man, maybe in 10 years, he's in some version of the Smashing Machine and he's going for an Oscar. Because, like, he turns it on at the end of the movie. Like, you know, it's a simple switch he flicks, but it's so fun. Like for me, the end of the movie is so fun. But, like, I think that a lot of the middle stuff is so boring and confusing that, like, it's just kind of like stupid and like what? But what? like what? It doesn't fill me with disdain. Let's say like a 28 years later does, or that that Mockingjay movie or whatever, the stupid Hunger Games movie we did once.
Oh yeah.
Like I wouldn't call it dog shit.
Snakes.
Sure. I would just say it's like boring and generally bad. So like, let me be clear. Do not watch this movie. Find some kind of like supercut on YouTube or whatever. Because, and I mean, we'll talk about it. A lot of nothing happens in this movie, you know, but to its credit, it is a tight 90, I think.
I will say that I forgot. Oh, sorry.
No, that's it.
I just want to say one thing that I did forget to say is, so I watched this first by myself, and then the second time when I knew we were doing it for a podcast, I watched it with Hannah, and it was really fun to know all this stuff and just sit there, and then when something weird happened, go, whoa. It's like the movie thinks it's pretty scary and crazy, and it's not, but also it's like everything's kind of like, so much of it just kind of goes nowhere that it's pretty it's just pretty fun to see it happen and go, oh yeah, that's a bad choice. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that'll be a thing later. And sometimes it will, and sometimes they'll forget it won't. So, you know, pretty cool. Diggins, what about you? What do you think of this movie?
I think this movie's mostly pretty boring.
What?
Come on now.
Just 90% of this movie is just Pete Davidson wanders the halls of a retirement home, and then something that's supposed to be kind of spooky happens, but it's mostly too incompetently executed to actually be spooky. And then that happens again for like 70 minutes, and then the last 20 minutes they're like, surprise, none of that mattered, here's the real movie. And then the ending happens, and that ending is incredibly stupid, and like they get very silly with it in a way that was kind of fun. But mostly I was like, where the hell is this going? And the answer was nowhere.
Yeah.
So I didn't enjoy this movie particularly. I didn't like hate it. Just because there's not enough there to hate. It doesn't think it's clever. It doesn't think it's like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like a movie with a lot of ambition. So like there wasn't enough there to make me mad about it. But it's certainly not fun to watch. Like it's hard because I don't think watching it is worth the twist ending, but at the same time, just looking up the twist ending or like watching that scene in isolation without the buildup of the 70 minutes of nothing really doesn't tell you how stupid that ending is.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
So I don't know. If you're curious, then I think the best way to find out is to watch it, but I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this movie, I agree. I don't think this movie thought it was the greatest movie ever. I think it did think it was saying something.
I mean, what it's trying to say is very clear and obvious. It's weapons, but worse.
No. I mean, every movie is worse than Weapons when you really get down to it, so.
I think it and Weapons are trying to say the same thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, we'll get to it then, because I think that's probably true, but I think there's some other stuff there that this is saying that I don't think Weapons. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But that's your thoughts. So we all loved it. DJ, right. As the loser, you have to summarize the movie. Now, do you want to take us through this?
All right. Okay, folks. Welcome to Mostly Nitpicking. What are we like 5.0, 6.0? What iteration are we on of this?
Who even knows?
I mean, I think 5 is a good number.
Okay, so 5.0. Well, it's it's a new season of television and it's a new season of Mostly Nitpicking, right? The fall,
right?
It's like premiere week, and you know what? Mostly Nitpicking's got a new coat of paint. We took a week and a half off or whatever to do this, whatever.
We took a week and a half off to brainstorm this the 30 minutes before we recorded.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, because that
preparation for the brainstorming is very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very true.
What are we promising? Nothing. We promise nothing.
As always.
Your feedback welcomed. Who knows?
Not taken.
Not maybe. Sometimes we do.
Yeah, sometimes we do.
More consistent releases. Don't count on it. Okay. Now, in order to streamline the pod, we are doing away with the long summaries. We're gonna do away with them. Now, does this mean a shorter podcast? I think there will still be the 5-star runtime.
Look at your podcast device right now and let us know.
That's
true. You know more than we do.
Good point. It's like, wow, that's
true.
Crazy. But so the goal is to have a shorter summary, and we're going to start for this first one in under 10-minute summary. So the person has to give their summary in under 10 minutes. If they go over, maybe there's some kind of punishment. We haven't figured it out yet. If you like that, let us know. We were throwing around.
We'll take suggestions.
They can't talk. Someone has to write their wheel slices for them, but write them in a way that makes the person look bad. I guess beat them with a baseball bat. We can explore. We're talking shit about the award ceremony people. Maybe we could, take some of that.
Lead by example.
Every time DJ goes over 10 minutes, he has to have another child.
Oh my gosh. I'd have to leave the podcast to work on it at that moment.
That's right.
No, we got to do artificial. We can't let you enjoy any part of it.
Fuck you. So that's what we're gonna do. So it's a shorter summary, but then we will go into guys, everyone. This is gonna be very polarizing. I know this is a very polarizing time, but we did some thinking. We did some soul searching. We think right now is what America needs, what the world needs, is forgiveness, and it's time for us to forgive. So we are bringing back our good old friend, Follows the Wheel. It's back, everyone. Wow. The wheel is back. So
I can't believe it. The wheel
is back. So there'll be
even after all those crimes.
Even after all those crimes,
got a full pardon.
That's fair,
which is great. I maybe a Supreme Court pardon. I don't know. But so it'll be the review like we did.
But okay,
it's fine. Short summary with a punishment, maybe. It's to catch everyone up to understand what's going on, and then the wheel, and then I don't know what we're gonna call this, but it'll be like Q&A time. So we're gonna bring back Is It Woke? Could you specifically, Nando, defeat it? I forget what the other ones were. We should probably write these down, but that'll be the what'll happen, and then we'll go to Rex. We'll say goodbye. And does that mean, folks, that we'll have a 2-hour podcast? I sure hope so, but probably not. But does it mean it'll be better? No. Worse? We're counting on it, but we are changing it. This is like this. Look, Cracker Barrel decided that they had to change their logo. Then they went back to the old logo. Will we do that? Probably not.
They were cowards, and we promise you that same level of cowardice.
That's true.
So
we also promise you little tchotchkes and whatever else. What else is Cracker Barrel known for?
Little. I'm a fan of that triangle game. The little peg triangle.
Oh yeah,
game. I like that game. Yeah. So and we promise you. So we're Cracker Barrel right now. Or who else? HBO Max. They were one thing, then a different thing, then the other thing again. So we're just trying some stuff out.
Or Target, they weren't woke, and then they were woke, and then they weren't woke anymore. Now they're
they
did kind of go broke. Didn't their CEO get fired or something?
Their sales did get hit. They did the go stop woke, go broke, whatever that.
That's
is.
Right. Yeah. But they haven't gone back to woke yet.
No, they haven't. and they
one of these days.
maybe. Costco's still woke. So okay. It's now I have to summarize the movie in 10 minutes.
That's right.
Okay. I'm not even gonna ask what the punishment is because I'm not gonna go over.
I mean, we'll figure it out next week. Maybe we'll have one, but do your best, as if the punishment were so severe that you have to, you can't not do it. And
I'm gonna put it on the level of being hit with a baseball bat. Like that feels fair. So I'm gonna put it at that. All right, but because this is gonna be timed, and I'm gonna time this for real.
I have a stopwatch thingy going. I was gonna share it so we could all see it.
Oh, that's a good. Ooh, I like that. It really builds attention. Well, Nando, before you do that, there is one thing I forgot to mention. So this movie is about someone who was put in adverse circumstances and has to overcome them and do some introspection. And
wow, the premise of nearry every story in a way.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I'm laughing.
Campbell over here.
Nando pulled up a fucking 1997 GeoCity.
Yeah,
stopwatch.
Yeah, this is a real blast from the past.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. They have race timers and exam timers. You can Google timer. Google has a built-in timer function.
I know, but I feel like that wasn't as dynamic as this.
Yeah,
this is quite dynamic.
No, this was the right choice.
The holiday timers. This is too much.
Spooky.
It's too much. It's too much.
Holy moly. Okay. Yes, Diggins, that is the hero's journey, and makes me think of that. But it got me thinking. Did you guys watch Joey this week? I didn't, but did you guys?
Of course I did.
Of course. I watch Joey every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think at some point, we could talk about Joey. I instead watched Demon Slayer movie, which I thought was awesome.
I'm not an either or situation. You could watch both.
You could.
I think most people that saw the Demon Slayer movie went home and watched Joey just because that's what you do.
I know
that's
Vin.
Just a palate cleanser.
Yeah,
exactly. I saw it with Vin, and he was like, "I'm going home after this to watch Joey."
That makes sense.
Do you know? Do you know what the episode was called?
I don't. What was it?
Joey and the ESL. Just kidding. ESL. But yeah, without context, that would probably kind of be a weird title to just look at and go, I think I can figure this one out. Because
I don't know how to do this bit. Because I had an idea to talk about the Demon Slayer movie, but it doesn't make any sense. But we did this once before where I didn't watch the Joey episode, and you guys kind of walked me through it.
Well, DJ, it's called Joey and the ESL. Just real quick, like 30 seconds. Give us your best pitch for what this episode is.
Okay. Joey's on set, and oh my god, he has to teach English to a new actor who's brought on who doesn't know English, and he has to undertake it because Bobby gets him like conned into it or something like that.
So
interesting.
That's not it. But I think you have the fundamentals of a Joey episode down. But what I think is tricky about this one is Joey. What's tricky about this one is, even though there's like 8 characters in the show now, Joey gets 2 distinct plot lines, and the ESL one has nothing to do with anything that's happening. It's completely its own thing. And then there's the actual plot line of the show, like making the movie, and like more of that. So I would have, if you had guessed the ESL plot line, I would have been pretty shocked. But
all right. Well, I don't feel too bad then.
Yeah, what if this episode was called Joey and the trailer? What if it was called that? Then what would you think happens in it?
Okay. Joey gets a new trailer, and it's worse, and he has to work with someone to like get a nicer one, but it makes him kind of like a jerk on the set, although we've already done the jerk on the set plot.
We did already do jerk on the set.
With the stunt man. So... but yeah, some shenanigan where he got a new trailer and it sucks.
That does
kind
happen.
of. Yeah.
Okay.
Where does the old trailer go?
Ooh.
To trailer heaven.
Does does he get kicked out of his trailer? Okay. Is there like a newer high profile actor on the movie now? he or
Not
she.
a newer one.
Yeah, not necessarily, but you're on the right track.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's some actor who's on the comeback. It's like, oh, big name. They got Robert Downey
not
Jr.
newer to the Joey universe.
Yeah, this
Is the little kid back?
No, I wish. The circumstances of why this character gets the trailer back are kind of confusing and silly. But it's not just that they're now more important than Joey. It's quite complicated.
Interesting.
But it is. What was that actor's name? I already forgot. Diggins. What's the character's name?
John Larroquette.
Yeah, but what's the character on the show's name?
Benjamin Lockwood.
Benjamin Lockwood, right? Yeah, it's Benjamin Lockwood. So it's the second appearance, I think, of John Larroquette. And he gets Joey's trailer. That's the A plot of the episode. Well, that means it's really a B plot because the A plot is the ESL one for some reason. But he gets Joey's trailer, and Joey is forced to share a trailer with the extras. Now, here's the question, TJ. Okay. Why does he get Joey's trailer? Because we already know Joey's the star, and it's been pretty much like that status quo has been established. So
after our pal Joey spanked that kid, he's big dog on set.
Mm-hmm.
So Joey, part of me is like, did he willingly give it up? But no, there's just no way Joey gave up that trailer, right?
Honestly, I'd be pretty surprised if you got this because it is weird.
I think you could kind of get it if you like. It's tricky, but there's things that haven't come up yet in this episode that I think if you started playing with those, maybe that would give you an avenue through success here.
Because I'm like, oh, maybe there's like stuff go wrong, like in his original trailer, and then he's out of one, but they fix it and then someone else gets it because like Joey was like late to a meeting. It's like you have to sign here at this time to get your trailer. Like that's a Joey-ish plot. And he's like, oh, I forgot to sign it. I was out, eating at a buffet, and then he gets stuck in the other trailer. Like that feels like a Joey plot, but nah, yeah.
And then they'd be like, Joey, that was 3 hours ago when he said it said all you could eat.
Yeah.
And then there's a laugh track.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it's weirder than that. But it's Gina related, I will say. Gina is the catalyst of the trailer change more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to take a guess at what that means?
Oh man, is it part of her job with Bobby? Oh, does she do a mix-up? Is there like, oh, new trailer assignments, and she was confused and like gave him or like Joey the one with the extras, and then John Larroquette got his own trailer?
Not really, but it's kind of a mix-up. Is that she has sex with an actor who's really good at commercials.
Oh.
And Bobby is like, as penance, because we have to fire everybody that we have sex with, you have to find me a new actor who can be on commercials. And Gina recruits
John Larroquette?
Yeah, the guy.
That's
so
right.
he's like,
okay.
So now he has to be pampered by her, and that comes at the expense of Joey.
Oh, that's bizarre. So that's really weird.
They already did this too, where like, remember in season 1 where there was a bit where the actor that Joey was sleeping with wouldn't leave her dressing room because she was like mad at him or something because of sleeping with him, probably. I can't remember what that was. But there was a bit where like Bobby started representing both of them and then arguing with herself. And it kind of caused chaos. We do that again here, but it's Gina instead of Bobby. And she's like, yeah, fucking over Joey because she's about to get fired because of what she did.
I see.
It really doesn't go anywhere either. They just kind of go like, you know what? Actually, the ending of the episode's kind of funny. Yeah. I don't want to be unfair. How do you think the episode ends, DJ? That part of it. We'll get to the ESL plotline in a second. That one requires fewer words to explain.
Is it the genuine route where it's a circuitous path to where Gina just asked John Larroquette like for the trailer, or is it something like outlandish, like with the spanking one where Joey yells at John Larroquette and he's like, "I have respect for you. You can have your trailer back." Joey
spanks John Larroquette, and John Larroquette gains respect for Joey, gives him the trailer. No,
that's right.
It's in fact, John Larroquette gives up has to lose the trailer because he is no longer Bobby's client.
Okay.
Why? Well, why is that? You may wonder.
He had a better gig. He's now working for, Bobby's like fucking rival. It's like, I can't believe that Jimmy Steen signed my guy.
In a way, you said the correct thing in that sentence.
That's right. You had it.
What?
Somewhat. Bobby stole.
No, that's not the second word you said after Bobby.
What the fuck? I can't remember.
Well, how about what would force him to not be her client anymore?
What, did she fire him?
No, the other.
That's
well,
not
technically,
quite the word that starts with F that you said after Bobby.
Oh my god, did they fuck?
Yeah, Bobby and her have sex, or and him have sex. So then she has to drop him as a client.
That's fucking weird.
It's pretty cool.
Did I say that Bobby fucked? Did I?
You said Bobby's, and then like as a filler word went fucking.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are like, oh, he's got it.
For a second, and then like, because it's brings the episode full circle. Now Bobby's having sex with the people.
Okay.
But here's the real question, DJ. Okay, so that all happens. ESL, English is second language.
Oh my gosh.
How is Joey involved in that at all? And what's the deal?
What? And it's not really.
And it's completely separate from the movie.
Completely separate. Might as well be a different episode.
Does like Michael recruit him? It's like, I need you to be an ESL professor because I've got to take her on a hot date or whatever, because they're doing that thing with Michael now where he's like with chicks or whatever.
You've got all the specifics backwards, but you're close.
Yeah.
Like
Joey is sleeping with an ESL teacher and Michael has to fill in or something.
No.
Joey is sleeping with. That's a good start.
Okay.
Who is he sleeping with? Or who made, besides the teacher, who else could he sleep with?
Is this Michael's girlfriend?
No, Michael's not really involved.
Michael's only involved because it's why Joey's in the location in the first place.
Yeah.
Who's he sleeping with? I don't know, some like waitress or something? Like,
maybe. We don't know.
If it's not an ESL teacher, does
he sleep with a student? Oh man.
He does. But he's not a teacher, so it's okay.
Okay.
And it's an ESL class, so they're all adults.
Yeah, that's true too. Joey sees a hot lady go into the ESL or into a room and in a flirtatious kind of way follows her or whatever, but then it turns out that that's an ESL class.
Okay.
And Joey wants to impress her, so he pretends he can't speak English but is learning it in the moment and becomes the ace of the class.
He doesn't really pretend he can't speak English. He's
not even a little bit
English in his regular accent, at his regular level of proficiency, and the teacher's just like, "Wow, you're really good at this."
Mm-hmm. He's like, in an ESL, I've never been in it, but I learned like language in high school and stuff. It's just like reciting numbers and stuff. So like Joey can do that. Really impressively. And every time Joey does a good language, the girl looks back at him and smiles. And he's like, hey. But then he becomes too much of a language nerd because he starts valuing ESL over girlfriend. And then everybody in the class hates him.
How he does in the class.
Yeah. He's getting interested in like participles and parts of speech and prepositions and whatnot. So.
And I gotta say, this woman's value system seems extremely strange because
amazing.
She likes that he is good at the class and like thinks that's attractive. But as soon as he starts caring about the class and putting effort, that's unattractive to her.
Yeah. And this character has kind of decided she will get together with whoever is the best at ESL in this class. So like she has like
the hardest.
But isn't trying but the other guy is trying pretty hard and he ends up getting with her, I think. And like
it's implied.
Yeah, so then I don't know. Joey kind of fucks it up because it's the end of the episode and he can't help himself. But yeah, so that's that whole plot is just him kind of, I mean, there's one bit where it's kind of funny where he fucks up a word and you're like, oh, Joey can't really speak English. That's a way for an episode like this to go, but that's not really the bit. It's mostly just that, he gets kind of competitive and loses focus. It's the real hottie all along, and then
always does.
Yeah, It's a weird episode.
Everyone knows the only reason to do something is to impress women.
Yeah. Especially on sitcoms. It's like the 100%. The only reason any character has done anything. And I assume Joey has done, this seems like the kind of scheme he's done before on Friends. Where like,
I don't believe this specific thing happened.
Sure, not the specific thing, but like followed a girl into a place, it was a slam poetry night or something, and then pretended he was there to do that, and then that became his personality for an episode.
That must have happened. It must have.
Yeah, that's classic sitcom 101. So I think, overall, what do you think of this episode, DJ?
Oh, masterful Joey episode. they crushed it.
What about you, Diggins? What do you think?
I mean, like you said, the two plots are like completely separate, but also both star Joey, so it makes the whole thing feel kind of strange. Like it's just two bits of different episodes. So
the balance was very weird. No, I agree. I didn't really like it. We barely got Joanna Man. Very little Michael, which I'm fine with.
Very little Zach. You're right. He's like in like 2 scenes, maybe.
Yeah, his bit early on is like he's auditioning to be the new client because Gina's like, I need a new client. But for whatever reason, she doesn't like him, which I get because he's like, we're not supposed to like this character. But also, he doesn't seem like a bad actor. Just like I don't know. They're all bad actors. So why would this matter? But yeah. And Alex is barely in this episode. It's a really weird balance of an episode. And I would say Gina's just kind of boring in the episode too. Like she's not really, she's just kind of going with the flow in a way that's not that fun. And John Larroquette's not that interesting. So there's a little bit of like him being smug at Joey, and that's kind of fun, but I wouldn't say it's enough to make it a good Joey episode.
I did like the joke where Joey, he's just like, just think about it for what Joey is like trying to figure out why he's in his trailer.
That was funny. And I like John Larroquette. I feel like this episode, it's there's a premise here, but it's too convoluted. But yeah, so that's the Joey DJ.
Yep. So DJ spent all of his 10 minutes on Joey, which means he has no time left for the
OnlineStopwatch.com has not even started yet.
I know. Joey obviously
you'll
doesn't
all
count.
know.
We all
Joey
know
doesn't
Joey
count.
doesn't
Joey
count.
get a full half hour. Okay. So all right, everyone. So we're doing this. We're doing a timed summary night, less than 10 minutes. Now, set the ground rules. Are you guys allowed to interrupt?
Yeah, if you forget stuff, that's really important.
Yeah, I think that's key. Because also me talking for 10 minutes straight, it'll be really just bad. All right, so we're going for speed, but the right amount of accuracy.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, if we got a funny joke, also.
Say the funny jokes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we all see the timer. Nando is sharing the 1997 GeoCities stopwatch.com. So
online-stopwatch.com/full-screen-stopwatch slash. I think you can leave out the last slash and it's still okay, but you never, you want to be sure.
You want to be safe.
I'm about to hit the stopwatch button. We'll see what happens. Ooh, okay. Ooh. I guess I don't want the stopwatch button. I want the
countdown. Button. Yep. Oh, these number inputs. Oh my god.
Oh man. You guys remember the impossible quiz, that Flash games? Reminds me of that.
Yes. Oh, he started.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No. All right.
Okay. Let
me know when you're ready.
All right. And 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Follows Max. Max is Pete Davidson, and it seems like he's supposed to be like a troubled teen, but he's 30 because he's Pete Davidson. So whatever. Yeah. So did he grow up in a foster home? Those are not his biological parents.
Correct.
Yes. He was part of that foster home system thing.
Right. So he is foster home. And he's a bad troubled kid. He had a brother whose name was Luke. I don't know. Was it Luke?
That was correct. Yeah. You actually nailed it.
Oh, holy moly. Okay. He had a brother named Luke, but his brother died from death?
Suicide.
Yeah.
Or so they say.
Or so he said. Yeah, there was a note and college was too hard for him was the explanation given by the parents.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah. Now
right, 9 minutes.
And what that has led to is now Max has turned to a life of crime. But what that crime is not even spray painting, regular painting. We'll save that for the wheel chunk. Regular painting.
We'll see.
Global or climate change graffiti on walls. That seems to be his thing.
Oh, interesting.
And it's time for Max to turn his life around. So hey, his dad, who is like works with the judge, I guess, because the foster home thing is like, if you don't turn this around, you are going to go to jail. And it's like, I don't want to go to jail. And he's like, great. So instead, you're going to work as a super in an old folks home, a retirement home, whatever. And it's like, great.
The home.
So Pete Davidson,
that's the title of the movie.
That is the title of the movie. But things are, so like a little bit strangest things are happening. The first strange thing that I guess happens is he walks in on an old couple having sex. Not that strange, but she's wearing like the old lady who's on top is wearing like a weird porcelain mask.
Hey, don't yuck anyone's yums, DJs.
But then later he has a dream where she's in bed with him. And it's like, did you like what you saw?
Is it a dream?
Or is it a dream? But then she stabs him with a kitchen knife, so I think it is a dream, but it's really unclear.
Okay, 7 minutes and 45 seconds left. So, oh my God, this new format. Okay,
does he meet anybody significant?
Right.
There?
So he meets. There's the rest of like there's like the orderlies and stuff, and they're kind of mean. There's a doctor who seems to be in charge of the whole thing. He's kind of a suspicious character, but there's also some nice people. There's Shakespeare. I'm gonna call him Shakespeare. He was Lou. There's Lou and Luke. Jesus Christ, he was an actor, but not anymore because he's in this retirement home. And then there's the
where did he act, DJ? He says specifically.
Fuck the Globe. I don't know. Off Broadway, very specific. And there's still hope, maybe. Whatever, doesn't matter. And then there's Dolores. She's
old
a
lady
nice
name
lady
for sure.
So,
Norma.
Is that not her name, Diggins?
Fucking. What's
her name?
Norma. I said
Norma.
Oh.
Great. Okay. And there's Norma. Now, so okay. Weird things are happening, right? There's like the little pool aerobics thing, and this lady's like kind of bleeding from her head, and there's all this stuff to make Pete Davidson think that the place.
I bet
is haunted.
that'll come up later.
And he keeps having weird, strange dreams about the happenings of the home. He confides.
What specifically?
What specifically? Like he's having surgery on. They're gonna put needles in his eyes. They're ripping his skin apart. They're like taking his teeth out. Like all this crazy stuff. And it's the doctor who's doing it. The bad doctor. Okay.
Bruce Altman.
Yes, Bruce Altman. I'm just gonna call him the doctor.
That's the actor.
There's 6 minutes left, guys.
What about the one thing that they tell him when they're giving him all the supplies?
Thank you. Don't go to the fourth floor. There's rules, and the big one is you can't go to the fourth floor. It's
really the only rule.
It's really the only rule.
Yeah.
Do whatever they say. Don't go to the fourth floor.
At some point, he goes to the fourth floor. We'll say what it is, but there's just like people in wheelchairs there, and it's like the old people. They seem crazy, and they're like cutting themselves or whatever, but not like like they're making themselves bleed to send some kind of messages. We'll get there. Okay. Oh my God. So, Pete Davidson's like, oh, like stuff's kind of weird around here, right? Don't we think things weird? And Norma's like, yeah, stuff's weird. You might want to try and get out. And there's this like thing
Get
that
Out.
Get Out
movie.
Get Out.
Yeah.
There's this thing that Lou says that's like, hey, when you're old, it's about filling the hours to not be bored. That's like what the goal is to fill hours to not be bored. And it's like, okay, sure. So Pete Davidson's trying to do some like investigate, figure out what's going on, and Norma dies in what you think is a dream scene, but it seems like she throws herself from a window onto some posts, and then she's dead.
And then that thing that only happens in movies where people land perfectly on the fence posts that are spiky, so like their body ends up all like impaled.
Yeah. But every time I see one of those posts, I'm like, it's going to happen to me one of these days. They're so spiky. It's only a matter of time. Yeah.
Okay. This isn't possible. I could.
So Norma's dead.
And now Lou is very sad about that because Norma was like keeping Lou in check because like Lou is like, she told me that I could come back on my feet one day, and he was like pulling his teeth. And Pete Davidson's like, what's going on? He's like, I don't fucking understand this crazy stuff that's going on. So he's going to do some investigating. He finds Norma's diary and it's just like, oh, stuff's not right here. So he's like, I'm going to figure out what's going on. So he sets up cameras like all around the old folks' home and is like, okay, I'm going to spy on what's going on.
How does he know what to look for, DJ?
Oh, right. He gets a black light sent to him by a mysterious person. And there's like X's on the back of their necks. Like, which is something. Okay, so he's gonna like figure out what's going on. then he goes to like some website where there's like this weird like
facelessfantasies.com.
You
and
sexy.
Lady's like, you must save them, Max. It's important you save them. It's like a weird face filter with like no eyes, and it's weird. And he's like, and then he sees that in the middle of the night, like someone's being taken to the basement, and there's like screams, and there's a guard with a dog, and there's 3.5 minutes left. How does 10 minutes go by so fucking fast? Okay, there's and then he's like, I can't believe this. I can't take it anymore. But then the dog and the guard like chase him, but he doesn't get seen. He goes back to his room. But he goes back to the room. The lady is there from the website. She's like, Max, you must save them. You must solve the mystery. Up in the 4th floor, that's my father. And then he's there, and he comes there, and he's attacking. And it's like, save them, Max, save them.
She also says that it's like secret government research funded by HHS.
Thank you. Yes, they're testing drugs on animals and then people. And Pete's like, that makes sense. If they get dementia, they'll think they're old. If they die, who gives a fuck because they're old? And he's like, I'll figure it out. But then the old guy who's like the main one who's like kind of been tracking Max will get there. Like he comes down and attacks them. And then now Max is like in the hospital room. And he's like feeling his neck. He's like, fuck, I think they got me. And they're like, stay here, Max. And he's like, fuck that. Okay, lightning round. Let's go. Max escapes, goes home. Now there's 2 daughters to foster home. And they're like, oh, that's weird. Okay. So, and the parents are like, okay, we'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. So Max is like, God, this whole shit's fucked up. And then the 2 girls are like, hey, you stole something from the old folks home. That looks like something that there's in the secret room. They find the secret room. Okay, this is huge. Max finds a book of different years going back to like 1999, 97, 2009, whatever. And it's a picture of all the people in the old folks home, the parents, and they're all the same age. They haven't aged a day in 30 years. But at every ceremony, there's a guy in a wheelchair, and one of the guys was Luke, was his brother, who was almost died. And he's like, what the fuck is this? What's going on? So he's like, fuck it, I'm going back to the old folks home. So turns out all those people in the 4th floor were people at the ceremony who had their youth juice taken from them behind their eyeball and put into people so they could stay young forever. And now Pete Davidson is the latest youth sacrifice. He figures this out. So
I don't know if he figures it out. They just tell him.
They kind of just tell him,
right?
Yeah. There's no chance of figuring this out because it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
It's insane.
Minute and a half to go. Okay. So, they suck Pete Davidson's youth juice. They're like, when you wake up, you're going to feel like 100 years old. And he wakes up on the 4th floor, but he's not an old person, which is confusing. Why?
DJ, really importantly, everything else that he saw while he was there, that was important and meant something, right?
No, fuck that. No, it's all a game. The people are playing a game on him because it's a minute left. It's like a prank show. It's like a prank show to just like fuck with him because they get off on 2 things: stealing youth juice behind the eyeball and fucking with people. That is how these people get off. Also, literally fucking. They have an orgy during the ceremony. It's very strange. Okay, so they steal Pete Davidson's youth juice. And then he's on the 4th floor, but he's not an old man. It's not clear why. But so his brother, who's the old man, Luke, right? He gets all of the other old people's youth juice. The remaining one, I guess they still have some. They give it to Pete Davidson, and then Pete Davidson is young again, and he goes on a killing spree, kills everyone in the old folks home. Also, there's a hurricane going on. Global warming's a lie. His parents are killed by a hurricane. A hurricane rips off the roof, kills them. Max saves Luke and all the people on the 4th floor. I guess I'm not sure how much time they have left. I have 15 seconds left here. Yeah. That's basically the movie. Well, I probably missed stuff.
It's implied that he takes the youth juice from all the corpses and gives it to the old people.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah. And so everyone saved the day. We did it.
Wow. Incredible.
Wow. Dude, 10 minutes is, we might have to up that 10 minutes in my
head.
This is
your idea.
Plenty of time, 10 minutes. 10 minutes is no time at all. I fully understand now why we had to do 90-minute summaries, but I will say, I think I got it, right? I think I mostly got it.
You get the important parts. I feel like there's certain... Like, I feel like the flavor of a lot of it has will come out in the wheel. But
this next segment could be, this would be messy, but it's like the cleanup where we would just spend an hour talking about it, or we just go to the wheel and then the wheel is the cleanup.
I think we just got to go to the wheel.
Let's go to the wheel. All right. How do we do this? I totally forgot. Is Nando now in charge again? Is it me? Is it the person who gave the summary? Are they in charge?
Sure. Yeah. Well, basically, the wheel's in charge. The wheel is.
You're right. The wheel's in charge. So, all right. Let me spin the wheel. It'll be the summary person spins the wheel. All right. So, spin the wheel. Tick, 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 tick. It landed on me. How the fuck did this get started? Okay, how the fuck did this get started? I have so many questions. So, number one, how did these people discover the youth juice behind the eyeball? Oh, so I guess this is like a big part of the claim. So they say that this is like a sack that is to the god Leia?
Dia. They scream the word Dia while they're having sex.
Right.
Yeah.
It is, for people that haven't seen it, and I don't think it, I agree with Diggins' assessment before. Like, it's not really worth it to just watch the end to get a sense for what the end is. But there is like a minute of movie where it's just, sticking a needle into Pete Davidson's eyeball, cut with old people screaming, Dia, Dia, and then old people screaming like, fuck me now, I'm an old lady, fuck me, to each other. It's crazy.
Diggins, you nailed it there. So anyway, I guess because they are cultists and they know correctly, it would seem, that behind the right eye, I guess,
Yeah,
there is a sac, which the idiot scientist thinks is a gland, but
but they know better.
Yeah, no, the cultists, the Dia cultists know that it's the youth juice sac, and if they
the thing you can get from the whales in Avatar.
Yes, exactly.
In my household, we called this adrenochrome. I don't think that's exactly supposed to be adrenochrome, but this is pretty much what I assume adrenochrome is.
Exactly.
To people that think it's real.
So, fucking A. And so they're like, we got it. And so they're hundreds of years old. So my thing is,
well, they say they're like 120.
So yeah, it varies. The age vary, right?
It's weird. Like if you look old already, you're like 30 years older than that. But if you're like the orderly and you look like you're 50, that guy's like 99, I think he says at some point. Yeah. So everybody has about 40 years of this that they've been doing.
So I guess at some point they all got together and they were like, so let's do it. So they had to buy a property of like, they were like, set up the old folks home. We're going to be in the foster system. We're going to get a kid.
Now, DJ, why does it have to involve an old folks home?
It doesn't, does it?
Correct.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't. I guess you'd want somewhere where a doctor can be and be doing experiments, but that's not what old folks homes are. But whatever, you want medical, things there. And then you'd want to be able to house the old folks that you're using as like, like a source of potential Dia juice in the future. Yeah. But it's not like you couldn't just put them in a fridge or something. Like nobody's checking on them. Yeah,
and here's the thing too. So fine, let's say they fucking figured it out and they were able to do some human trafficking every year to make it happen. How, like, why fuck with people? And I know Lou tells us like, well, we got to fill the hours with something.
Yeah,
but like this. Like the hours could be filled with planning like your kidnapping, or maybe they can't only do so much human trafficking. I mean, how many people are on the fourth floor? Like 10?
Yeah, so it's a very small amount.
Like once a decade ish, right? Those girls are next, I guess, right? The girl, like
I think they do it every year. I think they have
but there's not that many people up there, unless some of them are dying.
I would have to imagine some of them are dying.
I guess, but the way that it's kind of framed, it seems like the job of the foster parents, because everybody's involved with the scheme. They are the only recruiters in this organization.
Yeah, they're the whole.
We'll get to that
and they can't get a kid a year. So I don't know where the kids, like, I mean, maybe they just have a sweetheart deal with some other guy who just gives them kids, and they're doing human trafficking.
Is that judge they talk about in on it? Because he's not in the scenes.
No, he's gotta be in on it though, or at least like he's got to know something's going on. I think I would assume this judge is thinks he's part of like the regular, Jeffrey Epstein child trafficking stuff. He has no idea that this is going on, but he's corrupt to the point of working with these guys.
Does he get a vial of Dia juice mailed to him every 3 to 6 months, and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm glad it's happening.
I don't know.
So yeah, you have to wonder how this got started. And like why the fucking with people is like part of it. But that's like my first nitpick. Just very interesting. I don't know, you guys got anything else on this?
I mean, like the way, it doesn't, the part of it that confuses me the most is that they're old. Like, like if you're the guy, if you're the scientist who comes up with this, why old people at all? Why not just middle-aged people or something? Like, I guess my real problem with this is how did the parents evade any of this? Like,
well, because once they're taking the foster kids, but after they're adults. So once they're adults, the foster parents, I guess.
Oh,
like, if
yeah,
they go missing, or
there's that. Sure, they fake all the suicides or whatever. How did they like go about in the world? Like, they don't age. Everybody else is like the internal kind of character. So it's like, yeah, they've just been doing this. But like, what are the parents doing?
because it can't be a Twilight scenario where it's like we move from town to town, so people
they have to have
right. But it seems like this is like the same home it's always happened at, unless maybe it's not the case. Maybe they have a more mobile operation. But that's a good point, Nando.
I don't know. Yeah, I think they're the part of it that's the most confusing to me. You would need to get somebody, but also just get randos. I don't know. Find people and just grab them off the street. I
hate to say it, but could you find some random drifter unhoused? But everyone has this youth juice, right? Even the old people on the fourth floor at the end have the youth juice. So
yeah.
Presumably, if you have zero youth juice, you're dead.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna spin the wheel again and tick 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 tick. This one landed on Diggins. Diggins, what's this wheel slice?
Well, it kind of does flow from yours, but I want to talk more specifically about the parent side of the operation, because this is called, it sounds like you're just feeding foster kids to coyotes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these parents, these two, this married couple, presumably, are repeat foster parents, which is, I think, often the case that foster parents will foster many kids. And by the way, I believe fostering is not meant to be a permanent thing, so they're not supposed to like raise those kids to adulthood.
Yeah, fostering versus adopting is different. There is foster to adopt, but
foster parents, it is not uncommon for a foster parent to adopt the child, but like it's not what fostering is supposed to be.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's not even what I'm getting at. So they have apparently fostered like a dozen kids, maybe more, over these years. And all of them have died in mysterious suicides where the parents go to the police and are like, here's the suicide note they left. By the way, there's no body.
Yeah.
And no one has been like, what's up with this?
They all jumped off a bridge. Go check if you want.
Even accepting the cover story. If I'm the government agency in charge of deciding who gets to be a foster parent, and I look into these parents and it's like, wow, they fostered 10 kids, all of whom have committed suicide.
Yep.
I might be like, maybe we don't give them any more.
Yeah, you think once one happens, like you're on a list, like acknowledging it's not your fault, but they're probably overly cautious.
Like one's a tragedy, two's suspicious, three is a pattern.
So
10 is like they need to be arrested.
Not to push back on this, because I do agree with you, Diggins, but these all are happening when the kids, quote unquote, are technically adults, right? They're all adults when it happens, right?
Yeah, sure. But if every single child you ever fostered eventually commits suicide?
Yeah, I feel like it would get back to, I feel like at some point they would be in like the local newspaper or something, and then someone would go, oh, that's what's their name's kid. And then they would just start looking at, how are the other ones doing? And then they'd be like, oh, wait, this happens to every single one of them. Then maybe they all don't commit suicide in their story. Maybe some of them join a traveling circus or whatever. Like maybe their cover stories are more rosy, and they just came up with, this is the one that we've seen, which is maybe Pete Davidson's was going to be like, what's like a fun cover story you could give somebody for this? He's Batman now. He's got to live his life as Batman.
Or his is like huffed too much paint juice, painting all that, climate change graffiti.
All that terrible graffiti for which he deserves to go away for 20 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah, or just like, gets hit with a car or something. They all don't have to be the most suspicious deaths ever. I mean, for those you would probably also want to have the body.
Problem.
Yeah, the fact that there's no body is what
the car's still going. We don't know which car.
The car
I ain't say
some
we
say
knew.
that car is still going to this day.
This doesn't help the problems that Diggins has raised, but why don't they all just say they ran away?
I think that would, I don't know. I feel like you gotta.
I can't imagine the cover story you can come up with that after a dozen mysterious disappearances or deaths or suicides or whatever, the foster agency's not like, I mean, they got to be doing something.
Well, wait a second. Now that I think about it, why isn't the cover story just because nobody seems to care about? And that's like, you could even make that a criticism on the foster system. Is like, people don't really care about these kids.
Right.
Like, that's not true, but that's what these movies tend to say. And then just like for Pete Davidson's purposes, they'd be like, hey, what happened to my brother Luke? And they'd be like, oh, he's just doing his own thing now. He doesn't want to talk to you anymore.
Sure.
Like, that's what happens. These people leave you, and then but not because of suicide, just because they're like, they don't really care about you. They're not really your family, which would drive your Pete Davidson types to, although
the youths, they don't really care about family. They're always dropping us just because of all the things we say about trans people.
Yeah, exactly. And these guys would have some opinions about a lot of things, but I don't want to know. Yeah, we will get to it. But yeah, I don't even think you need a cover story because no one will check. Nobody checks. It's not like there's a guy. Is there a guy that checks if you're alive constantly?
Yeah, there's always guys. That's
there literally is that specifically.
But like, if you're an adult, right, and they're like, he's not alive.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, and then you just go, I don't know. I guess he's gone or not alive or whatever. But you wouldn't go like, you wouldn't look into it.
Yeah, it's harsh to say, but it is probably easier to disappear the people without biological parents or like a lot of family members, right? Because if you're in the foster system, you probably don't have like a deep,
I do feel like, though, if you're, again, a married couple who fosters like a dozen kids or more, then the next time that guy shows up to check on the new foster kid, he would be like, hey, how is all these other ones I've checked on in the past?
So what what this should have been, to your point, Diggins, and I think this would have been even funnier, right? Like, where Pete Davidson, he's like restrained on the table, and he's like, when he does the thing, he's like, you better take it all because I'll fucking kill you if I'm alive. But he's like, how fucking deep does this go, huh? You got the judge. Who else you got? It's like, yeah, Max, you moron. This goes all the way to the president of the United States. You know what I mean? Like, making a vast conspiracy, right? Like,
I mean, I would buy it, except for when this was written and filmed. I would have to assume that in that universe, the president that's been getting some Dia juice is Joe Biden, and I just don't see it. Unless he's like got a Willy Wonka thing going on, and like he hobbles around, but then in out of the public eye, he's spry and witty and
like crazy.
He's fucking like for sure. Yeah, but yeah, I think because this is a pretty common like a conspiracy theory. If you just take the bones of it, they're taking the kids and taking their juices, and eat. So I do think it's kind of has to have more people involved in it,
to include the entire foster system.
Yeah, to include the entire foster system, and that could just be like what it's for. The foster system, that doesn't reunite kids with families. We use it to suck the youth out of children.
We get the youth juice from the Dia thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
so that could be cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the wheel another spin here and tick. Nando, it's landed on yours.
Okay, so this one of mine. This is really important to me personally, as someone who has watched the movie twice. No part of it sticks out to me more than this. This wheel size is just notice red. So, in the beginning of the movie, Pete Davidson is picked up by the police, and it's because he got sad because he's got a lot of emotional trauma related to the brother, but also he smokes a lot of weed and goes around in hoodies and stuff. Like, he's not doing great. And like we said,
signs of a disturbed mind.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be somewhere between 20 and 35, but like, I don't know. How old is Pete Davidson in real life? Like probably around this, maybe 30, 31. Yeah, so he's definitely not supposed to be that old, but
no.
He's like a 20-something.
Yeah, but then, and like, we do establish this later in the movie, or now, but as the movie goes on, he is somewhat artistic. That is like one of his little talents. So, but the thing that he gets locked up for and caught for is there's this big mural that we don't see. We see him painting, but we don't see the individual. Like, we don't. All we see is like really close zooms in on his face and like paint splattering onto him in slow motion, like this is a Zack Snyder movie or something. But like, we zoom out at one point because the police show up because they're like, this is against the rules to do this.
Multiple police cars, also flashing lights, everything. Cars.
And Pete Davidson has a ladder so he can breach whatever this is. And the mural that is there is black, like, space with a globe on it, with fire coming off of the globe. And then, this is the thing, I'm not sure what part of this he created that night and what part of it existed earlier than he got there. Because part of me is like, was this the globe part here and he added the fire? It doesn't matter because it still doesn't make sense. And then a big evil red hand coming and grabbing the earth, and then the words "Our future is burning" in just like red paint written out. And you kind of figure in a scene like this, he's got a plastic bag full of spray paint because he's doing graffiti. And that's what a character like this does in this. He has one paint can of red paint. Even if he's just doing the part with the evil hand, I still don't buy it because there's like black and shadow on it. But it does seem like we're supposed to assume he did this whole mural with just that one can of paint. And I don't know, it really bugged me.
There's no way he did that mural in one night, right? He's coming up to do touch-ups. He's like finishing it up. And that's how the police knew where to find him. It's like someone's been painting this mural every night for the past month.
Yeah, and he's like doing it one color at a time. So he's like, red night. That's one of the last nights. But also, like, it's a nice earth and a nice fire effect and stuff. Like, but then our future is burning. It's just like really haphazardly thrown on there, which would suggest that he just did that. But like, yeah, ruined his own mural. But if like he couldn't, it's not like he just like took a perfectly nice mural and wrote "Our future is burning" on it. Like, it was always a mural about the earth being on fire. So yeah, I don't know. It's really bugged me. Mostly because it's just because of paintbrush.
And obviously, Nando, for the rest of the movie, he showcases a deep concern for the environment and the problem of global warming.
Obviously.
Well, that is, I'd say, communicated like all good things in this movie, and maybe we'll get to the other one, by a random TV screen in the background going, there's going to be a big hurricane. Everybody's got to watch out because it's even bigger than you thought. And every couple of times we check in on it, and it's like the hurricane later. So he's watching that news.
Sometimes there's newscasters being like, global warming, is it real?
That's true. Yeah, there is a bit with that in it. And like, when we meet Pete Davidson's character, he seems to be just like in his apartment, and just like watching the news with his boys too, right? There's other people in his apartment with him. I don't know where they are in his life. Why he doesn't like call them at any point, but whatever. He's Pete Davidson. But yeah, it's a pretty serious storm. I'm gonna spin the wheel.
Oh, you're gonna spin the wheel.
Tick.
Nice.
Yeah, you're taking it over from DJ.
And
I like it.
It just because I just did it, so it landed on one of DJ's slices. DJ, can you read that one to me real quick?
I would love to talk about this one. Okay. Old ? So
old.
Like the beach that makes you?
This movie has an old vibe to it, clearly, right?
It wishes it had an old vibe. Wishes it was as good as old.
It wishes it had one character as well named as Midsize Sedan.
Midsize Sedan.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Diggins. I was searching for that one. So, all right. So I know we talked about this briefly, but I guess I want to center around the at the very end. So Pete Davidson's on the table. They reveal the whole thing to him, and they're like, "When you wake up, you're gonna feel like you're 100 years old." And I can't tell that they didn't have the makeup or didn't want to put in the work, but like when Pete Davidson wakes up from being the youth juice, you're expecting to see, like, you imagine after it gets sucked, you're gonna see an old Pete Davidson, like, oh, this will be fun. But we wake up and we see it's just Pete Davidson sitting in a wheelchair. And my question is, why and what happened?
Well, actually, DJ, if you look closely, you notice they did put a bunch of old person makeup on him, but Pete Davidson just looks so bad that
Yeah.
it just doesn't seem like it make any difference.
But like, no, but like they didn't old him up like some of the
No,
other
they didn't at all. They didn't do it at all.
And that's why I just found that very curious. Like I actually I was excited to see the old Pete Davidson because I knew he would get out of it. I knew the movie was again. It's like, and then Pete Davidson's old, and he crumbles to dust and dies, right? But like, would have been fun to like, and then to see him like come back to youth via the youth juice from all the other people on the fourth floor.
Well, but that's the thing. The youth juice doesn't make you look younger, like that's the weird thing about the youth juice.
Yeah,
it's like,
right, that's true.
It seems like without the youth juice, it's based on, we know one of these guys is Luke, you age rapidly, like within like 5 years you're 100. But with the youth juice, you don't unage, your just body doesn't age, and you're like in good health.
True.
But like that, so that's the reason I guess they didn't do it, is because he couldn't turn back into regular Pete Davidson. But I would imagine if this lasted for another 2 years, he would be old man Pete Davidson by the end of that.
I see. So I see. So that's how it works. Okay, so
that's my guess.
That's fine. So, well, here's my other question: Why didn't these guys do this sooner? Is it because they're already old, right? Like, why didn't get the latest person? It's like, all right, come on, guys, let's youth juice this guy up, right?
Yeah, I think you need it to be the newest guy.
Sure. Why haven't they done that prior to this?
Maybe
Max, like,
they didn't love each other enough until that moment.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really talk about this in the summary because I had no time left. But so at the end of the movie, Pete Davidson gets youth. So they go like it's a beautiful quote unquote lull scene where the Luke takes like a spoke from the
from his wheelchair, yeah.
Yep.
Stabs everyone else in the eye to suck out the youth juice, then stabs his own eye.
Yeah, maybe they didn't do this before because doing eye surgery with a wheelchair spoke is insane.
That's true. Gets all the youth juice, and I say juice, it's really a nectar. Force feeds it to Pete Davidson, and then he's like, Popeye after the spinach. But then he goes on a fucking rampage. Like he gets an axe. He gets what was it? Was it 2 axes? Was he dual wielding axes?
An axe and a hammer.
Axe and a hammer.
Hammer.
And he just starts like slaughtering the people there. It's quite fun and cathartic, but it's like
it's awesome. It's just like the end of Get Out, because it knows Get Out was good, so it should end like that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I love watching more than the elderly being murdered,
or just like
and their caretakers.
Or just how the weapons ending was like batshit. Like this was kind of like batshit, like hell, or just like a total tone shift, right? Borderline comedy, right? It's not a horror at all. It's like full comedy at this point. Hate to compare this movie to a masterpiece like Weapons, but
I mean, it's basically the same movie according to Diggins. So
I think it is.
So all right. So okay, solve that mystery. I guess I'll spin the wheel now since we're going this, and I think the wheel's predictable. So it's tick 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 Diggins.
I have a more granular one here that I would love to talk about.
We like to be mostly nitpicking.
Which is, I got one here called Creepypasta Signal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
So like as part of the whole like game that they're playing, the doctor's wife pretends to be some whistleblower. And the way that she contacts him is through facelessfantasies.com, like we said.
Oh my God.
Which is like an anonymizing like video chat service that like scrambles your face. But the way it does it is by like putting you in like a Saw filtered like creepy basement room. And then makes your face look like a creepypasta man, where you got like a weird like vertical mouth and your eyes are all jumbled up. And it's just like, why is that the one you picked? Like, I get in universe they're just trying to fuck with him, so they're like, let's pick the weird messed up one. But like, why does this anonymizing software even exist?
I mean, it seems like if anything, it's like a Snapchat filter or something over her face. Like, it's not a good filter. That also, and very crucially, it's not the same thing as what the person had a mask on earlier has.
Nope.
Which in my head, I was like, oh, are these supposed to be the same thing? Where there's like the masked sex person and then this other kind of sex room thing with lingerie. But
yeah, she's also dressed sexy for no reason.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's facelessfantasies.com, right? Let's just say this is a website that, like, were to exist. You wouldn't wait. If I wanted a faceless fantasy, this would not do. You know, like, I would want either no face or a very generic face, but not a fucking Play-Doh face or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
it's a creepypasta face. It's the face that would show up in a bad internet horror story where someone was like, and then on the screen was the horrible monster, and it's this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I truly don't know why they did this. Also because this isn't a character she would recognize. So why hide her face at all? She's supposed to be seeing him. Like it's not that he doesn't know she's there, she doesn't know he's there. So why doesn't she just be like, hi, this is who I am, look for me? And then,
yeah,
because she's gonna meet him eventually and be like, this is my face. It's not a surprise. So, and it's not like there's any other women in the movie that this could possibly be.
Yeah.
Like, there's not another orderly that you're like, that's probably her. Because the only other orderly that's a woman is black. So, and orderly, it's not orderly. Well, I don't know. Because it's like, It's got that vibe. They're definitely not like, they don't have the vibe of nurses.
No.
I would agree.
But and he's like a handyman. So I guess they're kind of doing that.
He's the super.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the vibe of those people is the Ben Stiller character from Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
That's like what it feels
and
like.
Happy Gilmore too.
Wow.
Did you see Happy Gilmore too?
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. He's back, baby.
Yeah.
In New Jersey, like this movie, maybe, we don't know, but perhaps.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know why there's
the Broadway actor. It must be near New York.
That's true. And Pete Davidson's able to hitchhike home, so I figure that's probably. You know what? He goes to a gas station. Are people pumping the gas at the gas station? That's how.
Ooh, good question.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
And we'll never know, but
it's impossible to know.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say there. Yeah, I don't think there is an attendant. I think people at this gas station will pump their own gas. So I'm gonna say it is probably New York.
Okay. Probably Staten Island, right? Because
Yeah. That's where all the Pete Davidson movies take place.
Mm-hmm. And the old people.
There's a lot of old people there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where do you think, Staten Island is the only borough that does seem to consistently go for Trump. You think this would be like a pro? You think he'd be into this? You know?
I mean, I think he would be into the actual plan in the movie.
Right? I think so too.
It's stealing people's vital fluids from behind their eye and then drinking it up. Yum, yum, yum. I think he would do that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree if adrenochrome was real, that Trump would love that shit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. For sure. And honestly, I've been looking at him recently. He could use some. It's not looking so hot.
Did you see the hairline today? Oh, man, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
In fact, if I saw him today, I'd be like, I think they got to him. I think they stole his his Dia juice.
Got the youth juice.
Yeah.
Dia demands.
He was so lively, and now he's... Look at that hand. They must get it out of there. Everybody's got it in a different spot, I guess. And Pete Davidson's eyes are so fucking big. That's just statistically, it's going to be an eye-based Dia system for him. But yeah, I'd say Trump can have like one that goes everywhere. Yeah.
All right. Well, I feel like we should spin that wheel again. Tick, 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 tick.
Mm-hmm.
And who did it land on, Diggins?
Well, that wasn't me spinning it. That was just me saying we should spin it.
Okay, well, I'm just going to tick. And this is back to Nando.
Okay, so this is one of mine. It's just a really this wheel slice is just called English Grandmotherfucker. Do you speak it? It's just about there's a French-speaking character in this movie who is also presumably part of this. Like she has been there the whole time.
Yep.
Yet speaks no English, even though this takes place in Staten Island. And I'm just like, does she not want to learn English? Does she not have the capacity? Because she should get something by now, you know?
I feel like by the point you've hit like 30 years of doing this scheme and living in America and you haven't picked up a word of English, it's because you don't want to.
I guess so, but like, she can't communicate with anybody. She's yelling all the French bullshit and like, she's blah, blah, blah. And Pete Davidson's just it's all going over his head. That can't be fun for her. She can't be part of the business.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, it just didn't make sense. When we learned what the whole plot was, that part made me really confused.
Yeah, I mean, broadly, I was just gonna say they just thought about putting a bunch of shit in and then backed into that plot later. Feels like
for sure.
Yeah.
I think that there's several points in this movie where I do think the plot, like, I think this movie is like it's not like a Russian nesting dog. That's not right, quite it. But like, there's all these fake climaxes and like fake kind of like beats in the movie and reveals. And like, I think those are all the real reveals for what the end of the movie would be if it was what it was. But then it turns out to be this other thing because they realized it doesn't make any sense. But
I feel it does very much feel like somebody just wrote a first draft and they just threw in a bunch of spooky stuff that they didn't think about. And they got to the end and it was like, God, how am I supposed to tie all that together? How's it supposed to make any sense? And he's like, what if all of it was made up and didn't matter and the real thing had nothing to do with any of it? Then it doesn't matter that nothing makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's right. And it's a good plan except for that French lady. So we should spin that wheel again. DJ, do you want to spin it?
Yeah, tick, 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 tick. Landed on me. This one is fuck you, boomer. So there's something that's supposed to be here. So early on, like while Max is working, the TV in the background is like this other character that is like kind of keying us in on what's going on.
The TV is almost like another character in our movie.
Oh, you know, my
it's
God,
just
like
so full
Staten
of personality
Island.
in life.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to all these other fucking chamokes, but it's like today we've learned that the oil companies have taken so much oil that there's oil. We've taken all the oil and everyone's fucked. We can't believe they took all this oil. And someone else like, we didn't, like on TV, like, we didn't take all the oil, you fucking asshole. There's still plenty of oil there for the other people. So that happens. Later, there's a much more overt one where it's like, and there's a big hurricane coming, which is the hurricane at the end that kills the foster parents with the roof of the house or the home. And it's like, there's a big hurricane coming, and this hurricane is so big, we must wonder, is climate change to a reason? And one of the orderlies is like, fucking climate change myth. The fuck, believe that fucking shit. And then, like, Pete Davidson, when he's on the table, he says something. It's like, you old people, not like you take everything, but it was like something to that. It's like, you're stealing everything. And like, why didn't they just like take it to that level? It's like Pete Davidson's like, you ruined the planet. You took all the resources. Now you want all the young people. You fucking old people.
I mean, DJ, like, I hate to interrupt you, but I think they basically did.
Yeah, I could argue that is what the whole end of it is.
I think they went 9/10 of the way, and I wanted them to go the full 10/10 or whatever, the full mile, whatever
I mean, I think that is the point of the movie. I don't think it's subtle about it.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe I just wanted it to be more. I don't know.
I mean, it could have been more. I think that I think the problem with it is as a metaphor, like, unlike, say, Get Out, a movie that he definitely wants to be, or at least wanted to be at a certain point in the script. Like, it's a really shallow metaphor of just like, what is it that the old people want? They want our juice so they can live and we die. And also they don't care about climate change. And like, there's definitely a version of a movie like this where there's just more symbolism besides just like eyeballs.
Like weapons.
But weapons obviously has everything. But yeah, it just doesn't, there's just nothing. But also, it's very clear early on that, like, this is a movie about old people fucking over young people in some way. So it really doesn't matter what it ends up being, you know? Like, it's like, it's the youngs versus the olds. And, I don't know. It's
It's a very
strange.
direct metaphor, yes. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, one could argue that the metaphor in Get Out is very direct as well, but I guess, like you said, it's like, it only means one thing. Like, the metaphor in Get Out, like, stands in for, like, a lot.
Yeah.
And, like, it is layered in a way that, like, rewards close reading, whereas this is, like, the old people steal the young juice because they want to be young, and then you're old, and it's like, okay,
yeah. Yeah,
sure.
There's no like bits where the old people like pretend to be young or something, or like aren't acting their age or anything like that, or like aren't dealing with consequences of age. It's very, and like there's the bit in the end where the mom and dad get Final Destination by the ceiling of the thing, and like if everybody died like that, I'd be like, oh, that's like what it's supposed to be. It's like, oh yeah, this is the consequences of climate change, but it really only gets them, so it doesn't feel like it's like a whole thing. It just feels like they forgot to kill those two on screen, so they decided to do that.
It's like they were kind of like, it would look a little weird if Pete Davidson killed his foster parents, even though they were raising him to be a sacrificial lamb. So we'll just let them be killed off screen.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the metaphor sucks.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well, I'm gonna spin this wheel again. Tick 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 tick. By the way, that was the last wheel slice I had. Wow. But maybe there's more. I can't see, the wheel's so far away. I'm spinning it with a bat on a stick. But it landed on Diggins. Diggins, it's you. That's your wheel slice.
All right, I got one here called Celebrate What, You Hacks. Because the reveal is Pete Davidson wakes up in a wheelchair, and they're all like having a big party. Lou's giving a big speech where he's like, we did it, everybody. We were so cool and good. Oh, you all did such a great job. Gretchen, you were, as the sexy creepypasta lady, so cool. And like Pete Davidson's like, what the fuck is happening here? And then they explain it to him. But if I was Pete Davidson, I would be like, they'd start explaining like, oh, well, you see there's juice behind your eyes, and be like, no, not that. What the fuck do you mean you all did a great job? Nothing that happened to me made any sense.
That's a really good point.
I wasn't like intrigued by the mystery and like wanted to get to the bottom of it. I was like, what the fuck is any of this, and what could it possibly mean?
Yeah, I have seen people describe the vibe of this movie as like the Chad sketches from SNL, where like a horror movie is happening around Pete Davidson, but a horror movie reaction would be elicited for the main character. Instead, Chad is always like, oh, okay, cool. And like there is one point where he wakes up from a dream that is like one of those like prophetic evil dreams, which like, where are those coming from? But whatever. And he's like, oh, and he just goes back to sleep. Like there's no introspection or like panic or anything like that.
Yeah, I would be like, you didn't get me at all. Like, what are you talking about? You just terrorized me for no reason and like didn't imply anything really, and now you're just gonna steal all my eye juice. Like, you didn't accomplish anything.
Yeah,
they got totally could have just,
I guess, right? It's something.
Well, the other thing about the eye juice, and they say this, is like, we've been taking it from you all the time you've been here. Anyway.
Oh, that's right.
So like,
I forgot to say that.
And I'm like, wait, have they then? Can your eyeballs just heal from that? And you don't notice? Like,
I will say there are no nerve endings in your eyes, so you do not feel pain in your eye.
But like a big hole in them.
Yeah, I don't think that would just like seal up, probably.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty bad for your eye.
That's what I
assumed when they were describing all that they put the needle behind the eye, which is a thing you can do. But then when they show it, they just put the needle right in the eye, right through the eyeball. And I'm like, I don't think that's how you do it.
I agree. Yeah, it's pretty weird. But yeah, I do think looking back at it, there are a lot of other parts of this that really just don't, like a lot of parts of the plan that don't go anywhere. That if I was Pete Davidson, I'd be like, but wait a second. What was I supposed to think the X's on their necks were? Like, I was really confused about that in the moment. And now I'm like, I guess I just missed it.
Upon
but like,
further evaluation.
Go into more in detail. Is there like a video I can watch with all the secret Easter eggs I missed?
I don't think this is what they were going for, but it does very much have the vibe of like a community theater project where just like everyone got to throw in one idea. Like, like one guy comes up and it's just like, what if we put little glow in the dark X's on our necks? And he'd be like, what's that about? And they're like, great, that's in there. What if? Sorry, you go.
Bro, yeah. No, I got one for you. Bro, what if, so like we can't plan for Norma dying, but bro, what if after Norma dies, I fucking like, I go crazy. I put blood everywhere and I'll be like, I'm ripping out my teeth because I'm too much of a, like I can't eat. Like, oh, I'm eating too much. So I pull out my teeth so I won't eat. Like that'll get them so good. They're like high-fiving. Yeah, Lou, what a fucking good idea.
In the movie or in the plan, go. Oh,
yeah.
What if I was doing a regular painting and then I was like creepy and I put black paint over the people and then I made a little yum, 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 yum face at him. Perfect. In the plan.
Bro. What if we're doing aerobics in the pool and I just start bleeding from my head? Can you imagine that shit, bro?
Blood just everywhere, gushing everywhere out of my skin. Wait, hold on. Sorry. What is that supposed to imply?
I don't know. I think that person just had a bad skin transplant that day or whatever they say. Because they're like, oh no, Mrs. Phyllis's head just fell apart. But they're not like, it's I don't know, maybe that's just something that happens. I've never noticed it in real life.
It was like, what was the blood skin falling apart in the pool about? And they're like, oh, that just happened. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, her skin just does that sometimes.
Oh man, that's a great point, Diggins. But look, it's about filling the hours, right?
It is about filling the hours. Remember when John Glover gets he has like a little stroke or something? Remember that? When he's like at the funeral and he just goes,
funeral.
Like gets the claw from fucking Liar Liar, and then it's like, never mind. That was one of my little claw things.
Did I go away again? Yeah. If this is the quality of his acting, then I can see why he didn't get more jobs.
Oh my God. Yeah. And like, yeah, I don't know. He's I didn't hate him in this. Are you guys big John Glover fans?
Do I know him from anything else?
Probably.
Oh, the video game Glover, obviously.
Well, of course, yeah, and Hamburger Helper, he's that guy too. The little glove. And he Ain't No Love Without the Glove. That's a song he wrote. About everybody should be using condoms. Yeah. But most people know him, I would say, at least in our generation, as Lex Luthor's dad on Smallville. He was Lionel Luthor.
Oh, sure.
Not that I ever watched that.
He's also the guy in Batman and Robin who kills Poison Ivy and pushes her into the chemicals. And he's like a kooky scientist who's trying to auction off Bane. He's there. He's also Dr. Sivana's dad in the Shazam movie. He's like the guy who's like, fuck you. You made me kill my wife in a car accident. And then also he's the Riddler in the Batman cartoon from back in the day. That's the thing that when I hear it, I'm like, oh yeah, that is totally him. And like, how did I miss that? But he's in a fair amount of things. He was in Scrooged. If you've ever seen Scrooged.
Okay.
It's the second Gremlins movie, but I never watched that. So yeah, he's great. And I mean, he's bad in this, but like he's doing his best. It's got to be tough to find like fun old actors that are like.
I was thinking that, right?
Cool with this, yeah.
The casting, it's like, oh, this is like pretty interesting, right? It's like seeking older people, right? Yeah.
Also, like when you're older, I feel like this is less. Like I think you could get young people to do a role like this, and you go like, this is gonna be pretty good for your resume. Listen, this won't be the biggest thing, but like this is the kind of thing that you need a stepping stone to get to the big stuff. With old people, I feel like it's like, this will be the last movie anyone ever sees with you in it. And it's like, I don't think I want that. Or I don't want this to be on my memoriam segment.
It's a paycheck, right? It's a paycheck.
I was going to say, that's why they're all the old people in this movie are working actors and not famous people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I think that gets us to another, maybe our last. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, our last Nando wheel slice. Tick 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 tick. That wasn't me spinning the wheel.
Yeah,
right,
it sounded like it, but that is what it will sound like when the wheel gets spun.
All right. Yeah, Nando. It's tick 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 tick. It's you, Nando.
So this is just a question I asked out loud as I was watching it. Even the second time, it's just, who's that guy? And this was when, okay, so Pete Davidson at the very end of the movie, right? He takes his hammer, his classic hammer, and he almost takes a wrench, but then he ends up taking an axe instead, like a hatchet, pulls a fire alarm, and just gets ready to unleash hell. First, he stabs the orderly that he has met before.
The one who's really been like a big jerk.
Yeah, there's the black lady and the white guy, he'll get his comeuppance later.
Oh,
but yeah, this is where he meets the black lady. So she's dead.
He'll get his
or at least stabbed a lot.
You're right.
He does get his comeuppance, yeah. But before that, Pete Davidson takes the elevator down to the main floor, and we just see everybody scrambling around, just running away because they think it's an actual fire or whatever. And he starts fucking cutting orderlies up. And I've never seen these characters before in the movie. And outside of one or two group shots where there are like more than 6 people, it really seems like there's 6 people at this hospital. And then two staff members that take care of them. So like the fact that he goes on this killing spree, I'm like, do all of these people know about the Dia stuff? Or is there part of this that's like a front that just operates as a normal nursing home? And these people are just kind of in, the path of destruction of Pete Davidson.
Oh God, I hope not.
Did anybody tell him, or at least because if they didn't, then yeah, this guy just showed up during the big hurricane and then just violently murdered everyone with a hammer. And
that's a good question. If this is entirely a fake retirement home, where do any of these people get their money?
Right, because I mean, and it's not Social Security. They're not rich. They don't have like backgrounds that you're like, oh, well, that guy's a famous actor or something. They're all kind of not famous actors. Or like the one that's an actor isn't super successful. So, yeah, I don't know. Do they like sell the Dia juice to people maybe?
Ooh, that's
to the highest bidder or something.
That's where all the money is, right?
Yeah, I'd have to assume. But yeah, there's just one bit specifically where right before, so like after he comes out of the elevator, kills 2 orderlies we've never seen, and then he looks as the French man, or as the French couple is leaving, but before he gets to them, these 2 women are in their room, like older women that are like part of the nursing home, and they just like look at him, but we've never seen either of these characters before, and he gives them a look like, yeah, it's about to happen, and then just kills them. But it's like, you don't know them. So, are you sure? Did you clock everybody in the big room where we were all dressed in top hats? Some of them have masks on. Are you sure these are the guys?
I'm on his side. You're taking out this whole operation.
I'm on his side. I think we should just randomly kill elderly people.
Well, there's that. Yeah, for sure.
If they're not part of it, they're probably regular young people who are getting the youth juice sucked from them. Put them out of their misery.
Well, no, those guys are all on the 4th floor.
Oh, yeah.
And we just keep them alive for some reason. We don't kill them. We just take care of them.
Well, we learned there's more youth juice to be had, I guess.
Yeah. A small amount, but it will give you superpowers if you use it.
Well, if you pull it together, yeah.
Yeah, if everybody pulls it. Oh, by the way, I don't know if we made this super clear. The youth juice is like yellow goo.
It's a nectar, yeah.
And he drinks, they give him a big cup of it and just tip his head up and he drinks the whole thing. One of the most disgusting things I think I've ever seen anyone drink on camera.
Yeah, horrible. Absolutely.
Like, it really looks like it came out of somebody's body.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's fucking, it's gross. And, but
it looks a little bit like the thing from The Substance that gets
I have to imagine
out of
also,
the spine. Because
they're just stabbing themselves in the eye with a wheelchair spoke. I have to imagine it's mostly vitreous fluid.
Yeah.
How did they sanitize the spoke between eye stabs?
They didn't.
Oh, that's not good.
I hope none of them has a really bad communicable disease.
Probably not. Well, I guess you wouldn't want them to. You'd want to keep them nice and healthy. Also, speaking of the old people room, do you guys remember what the old people watch every day, nonstop, on 8 TVs, all pointed in different directions, but all playing the same thing at the same time?
I don't.
No.
Like a documentary on like oil drilling.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it's like
on
the oil gets drilled out of the ground and then it sprays up and it makes lots of money for the people that get it. Like it's written by
some
like
of them
a child.
Make money. Most of them don't make money.
But yeah, they make them watch that. I feel like you could maybe treat them nicely, you know? I would assume that would get you better dia juice. Why torture them?
Right, they're not still getting dia juice from these guys, right? Like they already got it all. They are. They're super old.
No, they say they're going to take more from him later. At least that's why Pete Davidson is brought up there.
I guess.
And because John Glover sits down with him and he's like, "We're going to keep milking you forever and ever, or whatever." So yeah, I assume that's what's happening with these people. Because otherwise, if they're not there for that, then all they're there for is to sneak messages out windows, which is what they do with their like fingers and like. Mm-hmm. That's bad. Yeah, this movie's pretty cool.
Yeah. Is that all our wheel slices?
Well, it's wheel slices, but then there's some other questions I do ask, right, DJ?
Yes.
I do want to say real quick before we move on from this wheel slice, because I feel like it's a little related also. The end of the movie is all like, he did it. They're all leaving this awful home now. They stopped the evil plan. And it's like, as far as the law is concerned, Pete Davidson just murdered like 20 people.
That's a good point.
Right. And there's part of me
people
that
who
like,
are delivering youth juice. That's a problem.
Yeah, at least one kind of, known guy who's like a doctor.
Yeah.
Who is in websites, at least 2 or 3. So part of me kind of expected that like at the end of this movie, the entire facility would be like lifted up in a tornado and it'd be like, oh, Pete Davidson got away with it because it would seem like someone killed a bunch of people with a hatchet or just a fucking crazy thing happened to this one building. But yeah, when they leave, it's just kind of, there's some trees around, but most of the people who've been killed had their heads bashed in and like their hands cut off and stuff. So
they got
it's
hit
pretty
in the
clearly
balls
a
with
guy.
A hammer repeatedly.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson has the DNA of 100 people on him.
One of them got shot. So that one's pretty hard to explain if we find that body.
All right. Well, I have a couple
questions.
Yeah, the first one I think is a layup. Is it woke? I'm a yes vote.
I mean, it's explicitly about how old people are evil and are trying to steal the future from young people. So that feels pretty woke.
Except adrenochrome, though, right? Like that's not woke.
But the adrenochrome is bad in this movie.
But it exists.
Well, you have to understand, DJ, that as much as it might seem like the opposite is true, the right-wing people also think adrenochrome is bad.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
They think it's a thing that like left-wing celebrities and politicians are doing, and that's bad.
Right. They're not like, man, those fucking left-wing politicians are hogging all the adrenochrome. I wish they'd share it with us. I mean, that is probably what they think, but that's not what they say.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the right-wing politicians who believe in it think. They're like, damn it, I've been trying, ever since I got elected to Congress, I've been trying to get in on this adrenochrome, but no one will tell me where the adrenochrome is.
These sound like those parties that got Matt Gaetz kicked out of Congress.
Not Matt Gaetz.
You're
Cawthorn?
right.
Madison
Cawthorn. Yeah, this sounds like the parties that was that he was describing. It's just like old people fucking and streaming.
We keep revisiting this, but like that scene is so crazy where they're just like, Dia, touch me, fuck me.
I guess the Dia juice makes you horny because they're really going for it.
Yeah.
It's like a full on orgy.
It's pretty cool.
All right, so woke, we're split. Is it
I think I don't think it's as woke as it thinks it is because it accidentally like validates adrenochrome conspiracy theorists, but I do think the intention of the script is to be woke. I also think Pete Davidson is a woke actor, even though he's not, because he's like kind of, like he probably would say a slur or two if you caught him at the wrong time. But I think overall, and just as for Staten Island, But overall, I think he's like kind of associated with SNL and the youth, and in a way that
The Utes.
if this was a different movie where like, I don't know, who could even be the main quest? Sydney Sweeney. Like if this was Sydney Sweeney, I'd be like, oh, maybe this is supposed to be kind of more of a right wing thing. But yeah. Also, I loved, by the way, Pete Davidson. One reaction I forgot to mention, but I loved when they explain everything to him when he's in the little thing, like when he's tied up in his little suit. They're like, and then we did this thing, and at one point he like kind of turns to one of the guys and is like, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm like, that is what I would do if I was him. Like I kind of change my tone and get kind of mad, but like mostly just confused. And yeah, I liked it. I liked that a lot.
That was really good. What the fuck, man? All right.
Great.
My next question, possibly last, I don't know if I have any more questions, is for Nando. These will be the two standard ones, but this one is mostly for Nando. Could you defeat it? Nando, could you defeat the home scenario?
If you were hired to be the super and for like jail reasons or whatever, like Pete Davidson, you can't just leave.
Yep.
Right. And I can't call any of my friends when weird shit starts going on, right? Like that also seems to be out of the question. I don't have a cell phone. I have a laptop, but and I can order stuff on Amazon.
I don't feel like there's any reason he couldn't have done that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. So like if I'm there, I think my problem is like we're kind of describing, and this is maybe the genius of the plan, is the narrative is so confusing that I would try to figure it out and then just kind of get lost in it. And then by the end, it'd be like a bad escape room. And then at the end, you're like, well, I couldn't have figured this out. This was kind of fun. But I would be stuck in the room the whole time.
And also by the end, it turns out anyone that you tried to get in touch with, they were in on it.
Well, that's true. Yeah. So maybe that's why I wouldn't want to get involved or like wouldn't want to get anybody involved, is it would, that would kind of mean that they're part of the DIA system. I think if I'm Pete Davidson too, there's way too many little hints because the way that it's weird. He's not supposed to know this stuff, but he does end up finding out because of that really clunky, like a heart is a heart, our heart knows a heart, or like the little cup that's in the thing. And then also in his house. But like, it feels like this is an escape room where where the kids are in charge of the escape room. And they're like, he only has a minute left and he hasn't figured out the cup thing. Do you want to go in the room and just tell him that the cup's in a secret room upstairs? He's like, okay. Because he's just not very good at that bit of it. But like, I feel like there's so many very clear, like, things that you would have to figure it out. Also, he does have a phone. I'm looking at this now. He has a phone. He pulls up the obituary of Norma. What the fuck does it say? Norma, born 1872. Like, where did they get any of this from? Like, he's not on the, like, yeah, everybody's in on it. So I don't know. That would be pretty hard to beat. Would I like massacre an old folks home if I knew they were all evil? Sure.
Yeah. Who would?
If I knew.
Can you get to the point where you're mastering the old folks home? You know.
Yeah, I can be convinced.
I would. Also, the good thing is you have the hurricanes on your side.
I think the
hurricane on your side. And also, do you think you have the charisma to marshal all the other victims to give you their eye juice for like
I think
a final stand if you don't succeed up to that point?
I think the charisma is more on his brother being like, I liked him. Let's do it. Because he doesn't plan this. The brother does it, and he just kind of is there for it.
That's the other tricky part too, right?
I do think even after that, when I'm getting the eye juice from them, I would still be like, this is something, though, right? Like we're in like a hidden camera show. Like it wouldn't. That'd be the only thing that would stop me from taking an axe and chopping everybody's heads off. Is like, I think I'd still be like, there's another thing going on that I haven't figured out yet.
This still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like nothing really works. I'd still be trying to figure out, like, I'd be like, but what did the little markings on everybody's neck mean? And they'd be like, oh no, yeah, that was nothing. Like, oh, okay, I thought we were gonna get that one too later, but I guess not.
How are you guys
seeing where?
No, sorry, go ahead.
Remember the scene where he gets the black light and he turns it on, and then his back is facing the wall that has the writing on it, and then he turns around and looks at it, and then the writing is illuminated, and then he turns it off and it's gone. turns it back on. The right, it comes back, turns it off again. It's gone. I was like, do this 8 more times, Pete Davidson. Just make sure you can read these words. They're not that. It's like 6 letters or something. I can't remember. It's like find the marked ones or something.
Yeah.
It's not a diatribe, but he has to. It's such a long bit. It's pretty funny. But yeah, so I don't know. I think I'd get stuck in the story. So I think this is how you get me in one of these. Is just make up a story that doesn't really make sense. And but I also think I'd get bored. I do. I think I'd be mostly on my phone, just like scrolling Instagram or something.
You're not good
when
on the
like
website,
they're trying to do schemes.
That's the problem.
Also, there's no fucking way I'm opening the masked fantasy link that keeps getting spammed to my computer.
Oh yeah,
and then it opens and it downloads a program.
I would be like, this is a virus. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, they would try and do some of the stuff on you, like the teeth thing. You'd be like, oh, I'm getting out of here. Like, I'm not befriending Norma. Like, I'm keeping a distance, right? That's how you got to do it.
I'd be like, hey, I don't, and I think I would try to call the judge or something. Be like, hey, you heard how one of them just killed themselves on a railing, right? And they're like 100, and also she just told me they're gonna kill me on a railing tomorrow. So like, I don't have to be here anymore, right? Is there a different one of these I can go to that's not this specific one?
Or just jail.
Like,
send me to jail.
Yeah, or send me to jail. Or maybe I'll use my art skills to do something. This seems like my talents are wasted here. Like, but
I'll paint a mural in the community park or whatever.
Yeah, all the cops holding hands with kids or whatever the fuck you guys like. Like, I'll do that, and then exactly. But no, so that. I don't know. I don't know if I get. That's the other thing. He could just leave. He does just at one point leave.
Yeah,
true. He doesn't have to go home. He could just hitchhike around the country and be done with this whole thing.
Yeah, he could
and they'd all die from not having Dia juice.
He could just start being like the Hulk in the Incredible Hulk show. He just wanders the country, solving people's problems.
Yeah. Because also, I feel like when you escape from the thing, you wouldn't want to go back to your mom and dad. You'd just still be like. Even if you don't know they're bad, you'd be like, well, I don't want them to know I escaped, so I'm just going to go over to somebody else's house.
Go to one of your boys. We saw them at the start of the movie.
Yeah. But yeah, this is what I say in the moment, but maybe I'd be tricked. I also don't think I would. Another thing I don't think I would do is just go into the old lady's room at night. Back early in the movie when she's trying to befriend him and she's like, let's have conversation. And then they're just at her little apartment. I'm like, is she gonna fuck Pete Davidson right now? It seems like that's the vibe she's giving off. And like, I don't think this guy would say no. And also like, go for it, dude. But I feel like the rules of this would be like, I probably can't do that though. So we'll just go hang out somewhere else, like in the courtyard or whatever. Yeah. But all right. That's just me. So probably I would get killed by this. It's a bummer.
Damn.
Just because it doesn't make sense.
At least your vital fluids would go to powering a bunch of old people.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
All.
What am I using them for? Might as well.
Make more YouTube videos.
Yeah. Instagram. Like, it's not important. Let them fuck. Let all the old ladies fuck. They're having the greatest generation, So pretty cool.
Well, they're not the greatest generation because they're apparently older than them.
That's true.
They call themselves the greatest generation.
That's true.
Yeah. But I'm saying the greatest generation is a specific generation that these people are older.
They're like the silent generation, or even before that, the turn of the 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But
that's everything cool. I have.
So then, do you want to get to our classic segment?
Yeah,
I would love it.
All right, let's recommend some things to the fine people. DJ, do you have anything to recommend?
I actually do, if you can believe it or not.
I can't.
I do. I believe it.
I want to do this short and long. Okay, so it is a podcast / YouTube show, but it's called. Have you guys heard of Pablo Torre Finds Out? Have you heard of this podcast?
Sounds familiar, but I don't know now.
I don't think so.
It's a podcast where it's through The Athletic. It's this guy, Pablo Torre, who used to be an ESPN guy. He deep dives different topics. They're mostly sports topics, and a lot of them are lighthearted, but sometimes he does some hard journalism. And he broke a story recently on how it's possible the Clippers may have skirted the salary cap in signing Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, yeah, I did. I do know this guy. Yes, it's pretty funny.
And
interesting.
It broke out in a very like interesting way. I think kind of like mainstreamish or like sports mainstreamish. But like there's two videos. So there's two videos that he did. The initial one was like an hour 20 minutes. The follow-up was like an hour, and then he had like an hour, apparently a 3-hour long interview with Mark Cuban, who's like, my billionaire friend Steve Ballmer definitely didn't do anything wrong because he's smart and wise and couldn't have done anything wrong.
That's good.
Yeah,
everyone knows billionaires never do anything evil or wrong ever. It's certainly not the only things they ever do.
Yeah, and of course billionaires always back other billionaires. But it's like one thing to like read the synopses, but like to watch these, it's almost like these like mini documentaries playing out, and it's like pretty good. But also like I like this show in general. What was today's episode or yesterday's episode? Did China steal Janik Sinner's brainwaves? That's something, right? You know. But the whole premise of the show is like it's like Pablo Torre like deep dives. It's like finds like a weird topic, deep dives it, and then kind of unmasks his findings. But one of the things he found was it is possible that the Clippers, through a scammy company called Aspiration, paid Kawhi Leonard $28 million to get around the salary cap. So he should just all he should do was plant a fucking tree. Go out, plant one tree, fine. But it's a crazy story, and I'm glad I got stuck with sports. And by the way, one of you asked me how the Yankees are doing. That game where I'm like, oh yeah, the Yankees are up 10-1. The final score was 10-9.
Oh, they almost blew it. They tried so hard.
The fucking bullpen is...
It's actually almost more embarrassing than if they lost.
Yeah.
Right? Still glad they won, but Jesus. But anyway, Pablo Torre Finds Out. It's on YouTube. Specifically the Kawhi Leonard episodes have been interesting, but you kind of go through and there's some really good stuff there. I'm trying to think of like what's like a good recent deep dive. He has a lot of stuff. Bird watching Civil War, that's something. But anyway, that's my recommendation. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that. Diggins, what do you have to rec for the fine folks?
I'm going to do one quick one and one big one. My quick one is Robert Redford has passed recently. Rip in peace. And so, as I often do when an actor dies, I decided to go back and watch one of their movies.
Avengers Endgame.
That's right.
Yeah, he's in it. He's one of them.
Usually I go for one I haven't seen before. So I saw 3 Days of the Condor, which actually is a heavy inspiration for Winter Soldier.
Oh, it's good.
It's a spy thriller from 1975, where he plays like a CIA analyst who goes out for lunch, and then when he comes back, his entire office has been murdered.
Ooh.
Cool. And so he's got to try to like figure out why and how, and like how to also not be murdered himself. Obviously so Robert Redford plays the main character, who is the one who goes out for the lunch and then returns to everyone dead. So it's a very kind of like, I don't want to say too much more about the plot because, it's very much about the sort of like twists and turns of the plot itself. It does have a extremely underwritten relationship with a female character where like it happens and you're like, I don't know, she's not reacting like a human being would to these circumstances. But other than that, I had a lot of fun with it. It's very twisty, and it's very much in that old school sort of like spy thriller sort of game where like there's some action, but it's mostly about like the game of cat and mouse, the sort of like things you have to do to avoid being caught. And I quite enjoyed it. So that's 3 Days of the Condor, but my big rec, it's a little game called Hollow Knight Silksong.
Here it is, folks. Diggins' game of the year. Here.
After 7 years, it's arrived, and it was worth the wait, baby. If you don't know, Hollow Knight was a video game that came out 8 years ago. 2017. It was a Metroidvania where you played a cute little bug who was exploring a fallen kingdom. And, you know, it was a Metroidvania. You found upgrades that changed how you could traverse the area and unlocked other new areas and new things in areas you've been to before. And so you explore more until eventually you get all the stuff and you beat the game. But it had so much stuff in it. It was so huge and it was so good. The enemy design and the combat design were incredible. The platforming felt really satisfying. And it was just one of my favorite games ever. And then they were going to do a DLC where you could play as one of like the major NPCs / boss character in the game. And then they designed her, and they were like, she would not be fun to play in this map that was designed for the main character. So we're going to make an entire second game just for her, actually. And then 7 years later, they did that. And it's here, and it's Silksong, and I can understand why they did that, because she controls very differently than the Knight does. She was much faster. She's much more dodgy. And like, so it's recognizably like Hollow Knight, but it honestly does feel very different. And it's incredible. It's just as good, if not better, than Hollow Knight. The same like incredible amounts of design. It's huge. It is unbelievable how much is in this video game. Like I kept finding new things to do. And Hollow Knight has a little bit of this, but I feel like this game has even more, where it's like you find like a secret wall or like a hidden breakable wall. And in most games like this, you find that and it's like, oh, a little puzzle room with an upgrade in it. Hooray, I found a secret. In this room, it's like you find a hidden wall, you break it open, you go in, and it's like, oh, cool. It's an entire new zone. Damn. It's a whole new area of things to do with other secret zones in it also. It's just fantastic. Music's incredible. Gameplay's incredible. I beat it. I did all of it in the time since it came out and now. And I loved it. I honestly almost want to play it again. So yeah, I mean, if you had any fondness for Hollow Knight, I think it's worth playing. If you never played Hollow Knight and you're like, I'm curious about this Silksong game, it's only $20. Why not? Why not? So yeah, those are my 2 recs. What about you, Nando?
I have a couple. I can't remember if I wrecked this last week. I don't remember when I wrecked this. Did I wreck the Catfish documentary?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I might have. Okay. If I didn't, it's a tidbit. Like I'll not say tidbit because it's interesting, but I wouldn't say it's like a huge, like really, really, full-throated wreck. It's an interesting story, and it's called Unknown Number. That's the name of it. As far as other stuff I've wrecked or would wreck, I've been reading. I don't know. I've been reading a lot of comics. Some good stuff out there. But I watched a show this week that I think I had seen the trailer for and was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. And I'm not a big binge guy. I like to spread shows out. But this one, I feel like me and Hannah got through in like 2 or 3 days it's not like it was that we could have done it in one sitting, but that's as much as I'll do, like 2 episodes in a sitting. And we watched so this new show that's called The Girlfriend. Have either of you guys heard of this?
I have not.
I believe so. No.
It's very much not in the same vein. Well, in some ways, but I would say it's probably of the same genre as A Simple Favor, in that like kind of psychosexual, game of cat and
Somebody
mouse.
Fucks their brother?
Not necessarily. There are actually no brothers. There would be no brothers to fuck. But it's about a mother played by Robin Wright who has a son played by the guy who played Mr. Mistopheles in Cats. Very funny. And then he meets a girl named Cherry, played by House of the Dragon, the redhead one, Ready Player One. What's her name? She's in a lot of stuff these days. Olivia something. Anyway, she's Olivia Cook. So she's there. Remember Ready Player One, where there was that girl who had like a horrible disfigurement?
And it was like her face was,
just
a
like a
little
little
blotchy.
thing on her face. Yeah, it's her, that actor.
Wasn't even a scar.
But in this, she's very beautiful and doesn't have that. So it's like she's a very attractive woman to everyone, including the main character or the boy. But she is the girlfriend, and this like show is about, and I think it's based on a book, is about the girlfriend kind of coming into the life, and then the mom's like, I don't trust her. And then the girlfriend's like, I don't trust this mom. So what happens is every episode, in a very Weapons-esque way, you see from both perspectives. So you see the mom's day and the girlfriend's day, and then you kind of see why, like, oh, this is a misunderstanding versus like, oh, she really just fucking hates her. And over the course of the 6 episodes, it builds to like a really pretty bizarre confrontation. But I do think I'd say if there's one criticism, I'd say that, what's up?
Where they fuck.
I mean, listen, it's got a lot of that energy in it. It's got a lot of like the mom wants to have sex with the boy. Not really, but like kind of. She's too protective of him, all that stuff. I do think if there's one criticism of the show, it's that it peaks in the middle. Like there's something that happens that one of them does to the other one that is like an insane thing to do. And it's pretty fun. Like I enjoyed it. I just don't think the ending quite gets... It never gets as good as that. But as far as like a 6 episode, kind of trashy show, but well produced and like well acted, I had a pretty good time with this. And I think it's getting a pretty good amount of like attention. Like I've seen people talking about it. So I don't know. It's pretty good. And I'm curious what other people think. If anybody else in like the Discord or anything has seen it, let me know what you thought. And then yeah, and there was other shows like Only Murders in the Building came out. The show's fine. And then Peacemaker's still good. Alien's still weird. But yeah, I'm still. But this was one that we just in and out, we're done with, and like really liked. So very fun. Speaking of movies or shows or whatever, what are we doing next week, you guys?
That's a great question.
The Demon Slayer movie.
The Demon Slayer movie? Maybe.
No. Not gonna do that to you guys. Now that I have the benefit of like having watched it, like it's not, we're too far in. Like at least the My Hero Academia movie we did, and even like the Live in the Third movie, they're contained. Like, yeah, you don't know who Great Boy is, but like you don't really need to know who Great Boy is. The movie gives you enough contextual information to like.
Is he in this too? That now it really pays off knowing who Great Boy was.
The problem with the Demon Slayer movie is like it's an arc in the anime, and you're not gonna know who any of these boys are. You're like, why is that guy got a pig head? What's this Lightning Man? Why are these guys so different? Like it's just gonna be too all over the place.
Well, The Long Walk is out.
Yeah,
Him is coming out.
I don't want to.
When does Him come out?
That's this week.
This week, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
that.
I guess I don't know.
I'm really, if the reviews are good, I'll see it. But if they're not, I'm
I'd rather do.
I could see that really sinking.
I feel like the debt is.
That's true.
A bit.
A bit.
A lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
we could do
then
that.
maybe debt.
Listen, folks in the Discord, let us know what you thought of the new format. Then mostly Nitpicking 5.0. What should we do next week? We'll maybe listen. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
I look when you guys talk about me.
When
you guys talk about me, I'm like, I'm gonna engage because
true.
When you talk
like
about
Donald
me,
Trump.
I'm like, whatever you're saying you don't like, I'm gonna do more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well then, DJ, do you have anything to plug?
Oh yeah, totally plugs. Same. Roses and Rejections. Although speaking of a podcast that hasn't been put out recently. At some point, we'll do a Love Island reunion recap. At some point, we'll do a Bachelor in Paradise recap. I don't think I spoke about this last time, but like I won't spoil it, though. It's kind of spoiler, hard to avoid. They changed the ending of the format of Bachelor in Paradise, and I loved it. You guys remember Friend or Foe, the game show?
Yeah, kind of. I remember it, but I don't remember anything about it.
At the end, you were given the choice to pick Friend or Foe. So, because
it was just Prisoner's Dilemma, the game.
Golden Balls, yeah.
They did that with the end of Bachelor in Paradise, and I kind of like it. So
it's fun.
Yeah. Anyway, check that out. Pop Break Network, and Michelle's doing a lot of podcasts with them because they like her better. But anyway,
that makes
check
sense.
all that out. Yeah, Diggins.
We invited Michelle once to take your spot on this podcast, but she said she had better things to do.
That makes sense.
True.
Can't disagree.
I don't have anything. What about you, Nando?
Videos and stuff. I've had some. I've been doing a lot of Peacemaker videos, not a lot, but like one a week, for Peacemaker, and then some videos about like some of the new Marvel stuff. They showed a picture of Doctor Doom, which was interesting, but like stuff like that. I'm definitely gonna make a video about that Marvel Zombie show. It's gonna come out in like a couple, in 2 weeks maybe. That might be a podcast because it's supposed to pretty much be a movie. It's weird, but all those videos are on YouTube and stuff, and Nebula. I was also on a podcast this week or like last week, but I don't think I plugged it because of the time, like when it was released, it didn't make sense. But I was on the Movie Struck podcast. So in this episode, we talked about, because this is Turtle Mania, they're doing all the Ninja Turtles movies. So I was there for Mutant Mayhem, just talking about it, mostly about Mr. Beast cameo, how cool I thought that was, which character I thought he was based on his voice, because it's not super clear in the credits, but I think I know. But you could listen to that on like podcast places and stuff. Once you're done with all of these episodes of us, go check that out. Movie Struck and watch that Ninja Turtles movie. I liked it a lot. Next week,
we did an episode on it. Listen to that one too.
It's a wonderful movie. Yeah, listen to that too. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna make a video about I'm gonna make a video about like a movie from a while ago. I'm like, what did I think of this? I'll just go back and listen to some of our podcasts to go like, oh right, this was bad or whatever. So it's helpful for anybody who wants to get like a sense of a thing like that. But yeah, so next week, who knows? Maybe Det will figure it out. Until then, I've been at Nando V Movies on Twitter. I'm at Zippy by Day on all of the platforms.
I'm at C Diggins exclusively on Bluesky.
Bye everybody, goodbye.